session into...
Yo! What's up, guys? My name is Holly, and welcome back to Chronicle. This is the home where some of my favorite people and I will get together, tell some awesome stories, and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. On today's episode, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So if you don't know what that is by now, it's about time you get to know. We have the perfect place for you to do so right here at Chronicle. We're returning to the world of Carthora again. We're back in this. What's going on? Why are we smiling? What's happening?
They're not ready for my ASMR, Holly.
Someone said hello to you. Hello, Holly.
Hi. Hello. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be returning to the world of Carthora. Last week we had our triumphant return after a couple months break. While I was super busy with work, but we're back. We had a really long prologue, great folklore tale that will hopefully inspire all of you guys. If you'd like to catch up on what you might have missed from the Carthora campaign, you can always check out the links down below where you can see our archive videos over on YouTube for the Carthora campaign. Lochie also runs a campaign in the world of Carthora, which is a homebrew world of his own creation, just as Carthora is a homebrew world of mine. And Connor actually DMs a module for us while we're on the Witchlight. So if you want to know more about D&D modules, that's the place to go.
It's a fun time every second Wednesday.
Clicking onto the audio.
No, it's not the audio. Maybe it is. It's background noise sometimes. I'm trying to figure out. The weird noise that's been popping up recently. I don't know what it is.
Everybody
It's
check
because I've caused a disturbance in the course.
Fuck.
No, I think it's
Connection issue. I'm not sure what it is.
I think it's a connection thing.
We always have technical
I don't know,
difficulties
because
here.
someone's been playing with the settings and set it to a random fucking hole.
Molly.
The settings on that do literally nothing. I found out. I muted all of them on session. Didn't affect the audio.
Great.
She was just trying to cover
I'm trying to figure what the fuck it is.
Please bear with us, everyone. We're gonna try and sort it out.
Yeah, for some reason, the USB interface
Before we
doesn't
get into everything.
take into account. The USB interface that we use to communicate between the box and the computer does not...
Somebody said
That
that
works?
worked. What worked? What?
We're
The
fixed.
USB...
Oh, I played with the cable at the back of it.
That always works.
Power cable?
No, the
Yay.
USB-C one was like
When in
the
doubt,
weird
play-
angle. Because it's literally a small...
Always play with your
Give it some
cables.
more slack. So it can kind of... It's not sitting more comfortably.
What that?
I totally agree with that. Like, just bend, like, you could, like, get the cable in the
I played with the cable, guys.
I found out.
So, now that that's sorted,
Did I get the fucking name straight as well?
No, but it's okay. I'll count the pixels next, like in break.
Count the pixels? What?
Yeah, I make them pixel perfect so that they're each on the same X and Y axis for pixels.
Oh,
That's fine. I'll do that.
anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoy the art that's going on the screen right now. Leah did it.
Talent.
It's great.
Talents.
And I spin them so they're weird angles.
How about you don't?
Do not spend.
Okay. Are we all ready to go? Anybody have any last little comments?
Holly?
Little things? Yeah.
I appreciate you doing. This is all.
Thank you.
Holly, I'm
Thank
scared.
you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'm with Leah.
No, do not fear. Everything is fine.
Death.
If you're new around here, I usually start our session with a little prologue about things that happen either in history or are happening elsewhere in the world of Carthora, just to give you guys a perspective of what might be going on while our fabulous adventuring party is off doing who knows what. So these are the consequences of their actions, basically. And we're gonna see what it's all about. So bear with me for a second. I'm gonna be talking for a couple of minutes. But I hope you guys enjoy, so kick back, relax, and let's get into it. Screams ring out, bouncing off the masonry in the cramped, dim corridor. Day to day, they range from high-pitched to guttural, ever in flux. Some days, sobs drown out the screams and join the clanging of metal chains that strain against the torment they facilitate. Though one thing is certain, regardless of the day or the voice that gives rise to these screams, all of these voices are in varying stages of pain and terror. Each scream thrown out into the seemingly endless void is answered back in apathy. They meet rough, porous stone walls and echo back anguished cries. After a while, these voices drown themselves out. They feel the ringing ears of the tortured souls that reside within these corridors, before they fade away into simply another mundane aspect of the day. The sound of heavy footfalls, striking the smooth flagstones beneath them, adds to the macabre symphony that reverberates up and down the corridor. Several figures sweep past rows and rows of cramped, decrepit rooms, with barely enough space to house meager bedding. Some of these figures reach out to clash steel against steel, signifying their arrival, as if the multiple sets of footfalls hadn't already filled its inhabitants with dread and impending doom. A cry sounds out from the right as a brutish figure slams a baton against bloodied and bruised hands that reach out to grab their cloak. Steel chains rattle. No words are spoken between the figures. Only the sound of footsteps, heavy breathing, and sluggish groans fill the air. They stride forward, entering a room at the end of the corridor. A heavy, wrought iron door swings open, obscuring the inside from the view of spectators. The screams still ring out. At the center of the room, a figure hangs by heavy chains from the ceiling. Their head hangs in front of them, and pools of blood are smattered around their body, darkening the stonework. It rolls along in rivers across the plains of their body. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Look at the state of you. I'm not sure I've ever seen something so disappointing. The boys certainly did some good work already, but I was hoping for a bit of a challenge myself. The figure's head simply hangs in front of them, drips of scarlet blood falling to the stone, to join the countless other stains that have been left from the past innocents. What? Cat got your tongue? Come on! I won't bite it all. Not if you tell me what I want to know. And I've heard you're pretty good at talking. Silence greets them. The man sighs, flipping his mantle behind him with a swish and beginning to roll up his sleeves. He looks to the other figures, strapped to roughly hewn wooden tables, with heavy wrought iron chains around the room. All of them are in varying states of injury, groggy, and in a half state of consciousness. The surfaces of these wooden tables were stained darker with blood that had been haphazardly scrubbed away. He seized the figure by the chin, angling their face around the room. Take a good look at them. Do you know them? See anybody you recognize? Silence once more, as blood drips sluggishly from a gash above their eyelid and down past a swollen eye, too inflamed to see through. The man sighs again, and his face tightens. He backhands the figure across the face, hard. Blood sprays outwards. Well, I certainly think you do. See, we have reports of you meeting with this group of traitors to the Empire, probably to indoctrinate them into your little rebellion. Then you were caught sneaking into this very place to free your brothers and sisters in arms. Am I right? Or do the Court of Stars prefer to think of themselves as saviors of the brainwashed members of a downtrodden, corrupt system like the Oppressian Empire? One eye peers up at the man, squinting. A fire lurks beneath their depths, with a fierce hatred that could outlast 1,000 suns. The man cracks a fist into the figure's nose, rattling the chains. They keep them bound and suspended, the tips of their toes barely touching the ground. Bone crunches inwards as their torturer slams the fist again into their nose. A groan involuntarily passes their lips. This is disappointing. I mean, we already frisked that young girl that's been helping you out and providing you with the opportunity to smuggle goods into Rumbellium. What was her name? Clementine, was it? She was a sweet thing. Didn't give up any information either. Pretty impressive. But, well, I mean, I almost felt bad getting it out of her. Until I didn't. Because I always get my way. The figure squinted, turning their face away and letting rivulets of thick blood stream from their nose. The man spins on his heel, walking to the rack standing to the side of the room. He plucks an instrument out of its hold and strides back over, languishing as he goes. You know, I do admire a man with loyalty. People like me, who were born to rule over the lesser, couldn't get by without someone loyal to the cause. Someone who knew when to keep their mouth shut, when to stand by their cause and their leaders. A man just like you. In your line of work, I suppose it certainly does pay to be discreet, right? Whoosh! The man cracks a whip over the figure's back, causing him to cry out. He cracks it again and again and again, until a latticework of mushed, bloodied skin is all that's left. The man walks around to the front of the figure, crouching down again to grip his chin. What I admire more than anything in another, though, is not loyalty. It's when a man is faced with certain defeat, when his back is up against the wall, and there's no escape for him, for anyone. I admire when a man knows that he must bend. He twists the face in his grip, studying it closely. The figure narrows their eye, blood still dripping down a chiseled purple jawline. Do you know how to bend? May the hills drag you back to where you belong. The figure spits a lot of blood and spit in the man's face. A pity. I do like it when they know what's best. Kill him. I want his worthless half-breed head to roll at my fucking feet. But our story for the evening begins under a heavy fog that mists across snowy plains. Flurries of snow fall in gentle spirals onto a thick, plush blanket of white. Underneath are small copse of trees, a group of weary, almost delirious members of a kind of down on their luck adventuring party gather and wait for what? Sunrise, perhaps? Before they begin their next travels?
We've got people on watch and all the important.
I will instruct everyone to go, then he will take the first watch.
Yeah, shift. I can't process right now. I'm having a moment.
You can't just drop something like that and go.
And our story is actually.
Did you have to bring Clementine into this?
Do we have to do? Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
She is a wholesome.
You left her. You're like, this is you.
That's not me.
This is all.
How is it me?
Consequences for our actions? What do you mean?
How dare I present you with the consequences of your own actions?
So there was these people called the Court of Stars who they confronted us asking for our help to help free some of their collaborators or co-conspirators, depending on who you ask, to free them from this prison. I assume that's where this whole little flashback took place, was the prison that we were meant to go free these people from.
We thought it was too dangerous and we didn't do it.
The voice was Lawrence Sealand. He's
The
a
dickhead.
he's a seer for the
Frosty Empire.
For the Grimassing Legion.
yes.
Oh, is he the one that?
He's the asshole that we hate, and now we hate even more.
No, yeah.
You don't know.
Well, we don't know this.
Well, our characters don't, but me personally,
Do you know
Stop.
when to bend?
the voice now makes me think,
yeah.
ooh.
I don't know. Every
Yeah,
single
It's
time I
perfectly
hear
done.
in that series,
Crugar has
I
a little bit
like, what would my
against
character
Sky
do in that
because
situation?
he's threatened his
And
family.
I went around.
Oh, okay.
I would just be repeating.
Yeah.
The girl that was in the prison, you didn't know.
I think
Remember the Cat's Corner? Well, did you come to the Cat's Corner with us? You would have. The little magical
Yeah.
shop.
I was up with the guy with the music.
No, it was another one. It was another
Like
one.
this.
There's another
Oh,
shop.
okay.
It was ran by this little. Was she a halfling? Was it a halfling? God, it's been so long.
Sorry, I'm just...
Either way, Clementine was just like lovely little girl who gave us some potions and sold some magic items and stuff. She was really friendly to all of us. And now she's been beaten and tortured.
We don't know if she's
We
dead.
don't know if she's dead.
our characters don't even know it.
Yeah, we don't know any of this.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Dilbert, Ira, and
You had me for a hot minute. I thought it was Dilbert that was the one.
Oh,
who
that's
changed.
right. I
I
almost
mean,
forgot.
there are figures on the table.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
thinking.
don't
that
see
they-
them getting back so soon, though.
But yeah, true. This
You
This could have been in the
you
past.
You had no idea.
this could have been in the past as well.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
could have been before we
But
got
also,
to.
you have no idea where this is.
Well,
Assumptions.
they were trying to get. I was assuming
Skin.
Lawrence was trying to get information on our whereabouts.
Yes.
And someone must have spilled because they found us, right?
Well, Lawrence knew that Lawrence knew where we were already because we ran into him.
Yeah, no, good point. But maybe he wasn't there by coincidence.
No.
Anyways, I thought, what a funny coincidence that Lawrence is here. Maybe
Yeah,
it wasn't a
me too.
coincidence.
I'm like, how the hell did he get here so quickly? He publicly humiliated
no
him.
idea
You,
what you're talking about.
you.
I cannot wait to
Unbelievable.
kill this dude.
Yeah, well now I actually, before I thought maybe he's not that bad.
No! He's evil, he's an asshole, he's just a corrupt fucking mage!
I don't know. Every time I think I'm just like, that's like the fucking antithesis of what Alex ever is. Like, order, discipline, honor.
Torture?
No. There's just
I mean, Lawrence is a guy that lacks order.
Yeah.
And
well,
discipline.
that's the thing. It's like, I suppose it's the opposite of like this. Like, it's like I suppose like the extreme opposite of like the soldier's virtues of like honor, discipline, and
He,
order, and then take it to those extremes. It can become like a completely like dishonorable twat. Like,
anyways,
So-
Lawrence is what Abelard would be if Abelard went too far.
this is what Abelard is, you fool.
Is that a favorable comparison? I'm not sure.
I mean, I can see it.
See?
I don't know.
And if Abelard was a dickhead.
I'm leaning towards life player villain could be quite fun to play.
Alright.
They all get sprayed in the
Because
head.
it'd be bitch enough to
What
kill
can
me.
I say?
Holly, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You know how I have like a century's rest as a trait or whatever? Am I capable of being on watch while resting, given I can still see and
You made
hear?
a ruling on this already where it's just be on your passive perception. Cause you
Yeah,
Oh, sure,
I think
sure.
so. So, I think rules as written might say that so a long rest, essentially you just have to be doing little activity for 8 hours. Like there is some requirements for sleep for some races, but I think for elves who have trance and for Warforged, I think you probably only I think you only have like that certain period where it'll just be like your passive perception
Sure.
and you can start making like more active checks and things like that.
Sure. Cool. I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'll direct everyone to take a
Cool.
rest and he'll take first watch.
I love to traumatize my friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
Mission
It's so
accomplished.
fun.
Well done.
Mm.
I hope you're proud. I hope you're happy.
You should be. It's good.
I'm so happy.
It's
I love to traumatize
This
them.
is what law school has done to you.
It turned me evil.
I'm a sick fuck.
I'm a sick fucker.
Next thing you know, she'll kill Kimberly.
Oh!
Oh, I don't think Holly's capable of such a sin.
So,
Ah.
Kimberly's still with you guys,
Yes.
Kimberly.
right? Oh no, it's just what you said.
I already
Sorry.
have killed her.
Why?
He didn't she almost die?
She's only died like 3 times with us. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost
Like-
drowned her.
That's alright.
My
I
bad.
do remember.
So what are you guys doing?
Sleep and a what?
Rest,
Rotations?
Long rest, please.
Yeah.
Crying
One
in my
long
sleep, please.
You guys taking watches?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
speaking to each other? Are you taking watches together? What are you doing?
We're saying words to each other.
We're it's.
Otherwise,
I just need to know how the long rest is going down.
Okay,
What's the
I'll take first watch. You take second.
I can take second.
I want to speak to Kimberly.
Sure. So you're taking first watch.
When do I find? Because I rolled that 20, so what kind of cover do I find? I mentioned.
I think for the most part, yeah, you find it's kind of like an abandoned. I'll say like lean-to type of shelter. You assume it's probably from the clans of giants that you'd seen roaming around. They might have erected this shelter.
So it's big enough for all of us, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And is there like a cover enough to build like a fire or something as well?
I'd say so. Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
It's not got like a dedicated area for it, but if you guys huddle up kind of close towards the back, which I assume you probably will, out of the snowfalls, because it's like a heavy fog basically, and there's like kind of these gentle spirals of snow that fall down to the ground, but it's not like it's not as heavy of blizzard as it was before. So it's still kind of obscuring your vision a little bit, so you can't see too far into the plains beyond, but yeah, you probably want to get as much cover as you can, so this looks like a pretty good spot to you. Alright, so you're taking first watch, everybody else is sleeping. I'm assuming you guys are setting up a fire and everything as well? Yeah?
Do we need a fire?
Abelard looks at one just because it'll be more for like morale sake.
But
How far
a
away?
smoke plume is a great way to give away your location.
And also, den of night, like bright light. Soldiers running around at night, be like, what's that fire off in the distance?
Well, that's like towards the back, so it's a small one.
Okay.
I am putting a lot of emphasis on the
Crugar is still emotionally.
I'm hoping that natural 20 includes step covered with fire from morale.
A natural 20 can't, like, on a survival check, can't just fabricate some magical location.
Critical
Like, you can only
success.
find what's already there.
Critical success.
Yep. Nothing. Continue.
Yeah.
Crugar's just gonna get his like backpack and kind of like, you know, make it into like as comfortable a pillow as he can. Get like his little like blanket out and just like
Have you
just
seen
like
how,
lie there.
have you seen how cold it is?
It's pretty freezing.
I mean, there's snowfall, so it's, you'd think below 0 is what it feels like.
That's fine.
You guys
Fire
are
may be a good
like
idea.
towards the peaks of the mountains. You're not like right up there, but you have a considerable altitude compared to.
Was Dilbert the only one that had tents, or did we all have? Did we have?
Dilbert doesn't have a tent anymore. Dilbert lost his.
No, but did other people have tents?
Yeah, I think we had some tents with him, but
I have a camping tent.
We're in a lean-to though, so we've got cover.
Okay, and I have a tent.
And with the fire and stuff, I've got dry firewood and all that, so that should produce less smoke. I can dig like a small kind of hole, to bury it in to keep the light muffled.
Sure. I will say just logically, like if you're digging into the snow and you're putting a fire into it, it will melt. So you will have to continuously dig the.
Well, I feel under the lean-to there will be a little bit of like dry, like less snow area, right?
So this looks like it's been abandoned for a while. So I wouldn't say you'd find too much. You'd probably have to excavate the area a little bit to find what was originally the floor of the lean-to.
Okay, so it's like too hard to build a fire.
You get the sense that this was probably even bigger than it is now. Like I said, there's roving giant packs that you've seen, and they probably would have constructed several of these like lean-to shelters around the place, but this one looks like it hasn't been touched for a while. You assume it's probably because it's so close to Fieldcrest.
But yeah, in terms of that is, if I can, I would like to dig out cover for the fire.
Yeah, sure.
In like the soil, so it is something to keep us warm in the middle of the night.
Sure. I'll say, roll an athletics check for me.
Oh. Why? Sure, it's not be survival.
No.
Fuck.
Upstairs, you're digging out until you get to like.
No. No. No.
5.
No. 4. I rolled a 2 for a 1 and I added 3 for guidance.
Okay, with a 4, it takes you a little while to dig to find the floor, and you feel exhausted afterwards. You don't take a point of exhaustion, but it takes you considerably longer than you would expect to find enough that you can actually set a fire onto it and not have it melt everything around it. So that's probably like, I'd say, looking at half an hour.
That's so good. And then I suppose anyone that kind of stirs in the night at all, or just see Abelard staring out of the night and then just almost routinely maintaining all of his equipment.
Sure.
Like religiously. Like, you know, fully oiling the crossbow, sharpening all the arrows, and just looking
Preparing
out
for war.
well, yeah, looking out in the darkness and just sharpening equipment and keeping it pointed. Yeah.
This guy's being scary now.
Roll
He's a
perception
soldier.
check for me.
Perception.
Soldier.
He's becoming scary. Help.
It is better. It's a 19.
Yes,
A
19.
19. With a 19, your watch passes peacefully. Unfortunately, there's not much to entertain you on your watch. You're simply staring out at a blank white canvas, which is untouched by time as you know it. There's no passage of the moon that you can see. It's not discernible. There's no stars, which kind of, it's a bit, it feels a bit like you're back on Blorothia, I'd imagine, because you can't see the moon anymore, and it's just an endless desert of snow ahead of you. You're accustomed to taking these watches though, and you're quite experienced at finding the small details that might change in fog and in snowstorms and sandstorms. With a keen eye, you look around the area and you can see what appears to be a pack of what looks like some sort of lupine creature. Probably about, I mean, you can see just faint impressions of the shapes moving, but it doesn't look like they're moving towards your direction.
I suppose if anyone's like kind of staring or anything, they might just hear like the same, almost repeated bit of scripture or something like that.
Anybody up next? Kimberly will take a watch probably in the morning because she only needs 4 hours.
Longest is 8 hours? 6 hours? 8 hours. I can take one watch right at the end, then I need 6 hours.
Sure.
I'll take next watch.
Okay, Crugar. What does Crugar do on his watch?
Kind of
Process your feelings.
Abelard would, I suppose, almost like a handover, almost assessment, points out where the lupine figures were,
Sure.
and kind of provide those decisions of like, you know, here's where I saw this. Exact almost locations, like measurements almost out there by like eye.
Typical soldier.
Yeah. And goes to bed.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Or any bugs.
You know, like when you're running on like very minimal sleep and you get like a quick like nap in and you wake up still feeling kind of groggy and like kind of disheveled. That's how Crugar's sort of feeling with all the stress, the running, the kind of dread that, you know, his brother's going to war for him. His sister has now fled the Empire to go to the Kingdom of Acheron to escape an arranged marriage. Doesn't know where his other older brother is, and the fact that his father has potentially broken some sort of hag pack and is now dying on his deathbed.
There's just a little bit of drama in Crugar's life.
And my mother is like trying to, you know,
So much.
Crugar for the first time in his life is going through some shit. Like he's going through it, and he doesn't really know how to process it well. So he's just sort of trying to stone cold face, but his mind is like running endlessly, just non-stop, trying to like going back to that day when he ran away. If he had just stayed and just bit his tongue, did what his dad wanted, maybe everything could have been avoided.
Welcome to adulthood, baby.
So he just sort of grabs his sword, shoves it into the snow, the sort of soil, just sort of like leans on it and looks out into the night. Like, you know, taps on it.
Sure, roll a perception check for me, please.
He's being emo.
He's been emo. Connie gave me a little bit of backstory for Crugar, and over time it grew and grew, and then I hit him with a baseball bat last session.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I got hit hard. 12.
12. The 12, you're keeping a pretty good watch, you think. You don't see anything that approaches you. You can see similar shapes to what Abelard pointed out to you. But your mind is almost certainly on other things.
My mind's back at Tuttle's.
Yeah, your mind is back in Tuttle's with your dad, who you found out is ill, suffering perhaps the consequences of breaking a pact or a deal, or perhaps is just incredibly ill. Your brother is probably, at this time, heading off to war, you think. You listen to see if maybe you can hear the sounds, just in an off chance that you might hear something that would indicate where your brother is or where he's going. Nothing drifts out towards you. You just hear the gentle kind of whispering of the wind around you. You watch a couple of flurries of snow falling around you in these beautiful corkscrew spirals almost. And it reminds you a little bit of your sister, who was incredibly talented in the arcane arts. You'd seen her conjure up similar things to this before in the past. Maybe not quite to this scale. And there's something beautiful in the fact that this is natural. But it reminds you of her for a little bit, and your mind is caught in how similar your paths have become. Both of you deserting a different kind of duty. You to the Grimoisian Legion, her to an apparent arranged marriage to your family as well. That duty that you both seem to have left in your family.
In a way, we were sort of like probably the closest because she's like the one sibling like directly above me. So we always had that kind of connection, even though she's like the polar opposite to Crugar. She's like studious and well learned, and likes to read books and stay inside, whereas Crugar prefers to run around and causing mischief. So that's also a shock to him as well. But the fact that she would be the one to do something so rebellious.
It makes you wonder what's happened in the time that you've been gone. How does Crugar feel at the moment? Thinking of your family and...
I'm just tracing that little rune that I painted on my hand, that I also painted on Jaffa's. Just like, it means brother, but it also kind of just makes him think of family, and like, maybe he's taken it a bit for granted. He wanted to be, he still does in his own way want to be his own man, but not at such a great cost. And now it's very much weighing on him. He looks at that, and he looks at like the amulet that the Omen Killer gave to him.
You look at the amulet?
Pull it out. Just like looking at
it
side by
feels
side.
immediately as you go to tuck it into your hand and pull it away from your chest. It feels hot.
Hot.
Warm.
Ow.
Not like scalding, boiling hot, but it is almost like you're pressing your hand like up to warm it against a fire. It feels warm.
Is it like glowing or anything, or is it just...
there's a faint like forest green glow.
Are you listening right now? I'm not really in the mood to talk. I'm sorry. It's been a hell of a day for all of us. A lot of our friends are gone. I think I may be the cause of my family's downfall. And I don't know how to say sorry to them. I thought what I was doing was right, but now I don't know. Just jingle it.
Roll a religion check for me, please.
Religion. My religion, man. I'm not religious. What the fuck's religion?
Oh, there it is.
Nothing.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, it's an 8.
An 8? Sure. The amulet seems to hum as you speak to it. It's still hot, but when you speak to it, it appears to vibrate slightly.
Whoa. Okay. kind of just ah. Nah, just hold it by like
I
this.
push it into the snow.
Time for a sauna.
Fresh spring water.
Delicious. I'll just hold it by like the thread so it doesn't like burn me. Would you tell me if I'm doing the right thing, or are you just here to? Are you just here to make sure that I'm not gonna do something stupid? An answer would be nice right now.
I don't know what to do.
Roll a persuasion check for me with disadvantage.
That's not a roll. Nah. A 7.
7?
I rolled a 2.
You sit for a little while, musing and speaking to this amulet, and feeling that kind of desire to connect, to have somebody who isn't quite as involved in things as the group around you, somebody who, I mean, what does Crugar think of Igrissa?
Power, respect, someone that, you know, does what they want because they think it's right and kind of represents freedom in a way.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of the things that Crugar you think would aspire to. Yeah.
Take elements of and then make his own. Yeah.
As you're speaking to it, you're desperately hoping for a sign, some sort of communication back to you, and it comes as a surprise to you when you notice that the amulet seems to flare for a second, and then kind of its light pulses.
Is this what religion's always like?
It's still hot.
I'm gonna take that as you're just observing or something. Well, then again, I guess if I was doing something bad, I would know a lot quicker. Well,
Are you moving it around much as you're speaking?
yeah, just kind of like dangling it.
You're like a pendulum swinging it?
Yeah, and I'll kind of like fidget with it, like.
It seems to pulse more to the left when you swing it to the left.
Kind of like move it around to see like the vibration or the heat or something about it changes.
Just it appears to pulse when you hold it towards the left, and it changes kind of in frequency the further left you go. But when you turn it back right, it pulses slightly, but not as much. There's a point where there's a point where it's pulsing a lot, and then it seems to, the further you go left, kind of dies out a little.
Okay, so I'll just kind of find the point where it's at its peak of like heat and vibration, like, and kind of look in that direction.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Blood dice. Hey, blood dice. 14.
14? It's kind of in a similar direction to where Abelard saw the lupine figures kind of loping along. You don't see anything yet.
I'll continue my watch, just kind of looking, it's obviously scanning, but definitely keeping a keener eye out in that direction until someone tells me to go back to bed.
Sure.
I'm very like, this is kind of a good distraction for my sweet boy right now. It's like, huh? Answers?
Shapes and colours.
Shapes and colours!
So you're, to get this, you're not moving? You're staying where you are.
Crugar goes out into the snowstorm and never returns.
Yeah.
It's like that scene from The Shining. It's just like, ah! Actually, that's a good point. If I move my arm further outwards, does it? Oh.
It seems to.
Motherfucker!
It
No,
seems to vibrate.
you know this curious little stupid cat of a boy is gonna think.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You forget yourself.
How long has my watch been going for at this point?
I'd say it's probably. I mean, how long do you think Crugar would have spent musing over things? I imagine your watches are probably. There's 4 of you, so you probably each take a 2-hour shift.
Oh, you probably would have been just like staring blankly for like, I don't know,
Probably an hour and a half maybe.
an hour probably max.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. As you thrust it further forward into the direction where it seemed to pulse stronger, you watch as the glow kind of. Before it was kind of like a flickering light, almost like a strobe. Now it seems to kind of gradually grow and then retract. Like an ebb and flow of a stream.
I don't want
Go into the slow stone.
I do.
Go.
I do.
Every time.
But the player in me is like, I don't want to leave the party unguarded.
Parasites in me want to leave the
Demon.
party.
Demon in me.
The demon in me wants to leave the party.
Go.
I'm gonna start walking.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
Crugar.
Does anybody notice Crugar leaving?
You're all asleep.
I'm being quiet.
You dumbass, you don't even want to wake someone.
Roll a stealth.
He doesn't want to get in trouble.
Crugar doesn't want to get in trouble. The player, what would thinks, it'd be smart to go wake someone up. Krugar's not thinking.
Stranger rock.
I'm not wearing armor right now. Still, so 17.
Huh?
17, nice.
You not wearing your armor?
No. Why would you wear armor when you go to bed?
You're going on watch. You might have to fight something.
Yes. Yes. Going into the cold with anybody's winter clothes.
Yeah, it's a big winter.
Connor, I love you so much. Alright. So, Crugar.
I don't want to go too far. I just want to take it baby step by baby step. Just
Sure.
to keep looking behind me to check on the group.
The further you go, you're crouching down, keeping it quiet as you can. You've learned now, after a couple of weeks of travel in this dense snow, you've learned to kind of soften your footfalls enough that it doesn't crunch the snow beneath, and you don't shift things too much, and you take a look back, like kind of breath in your throat as you're like, I wake anybody up, and everybody looks to be sleeping pretty soundly.
I don't notice Crugar sneak off.
What's your passive?
At 10.
Unfortunately not.
That's true. You're sort of always awake anyway. You're fine.
Your passive is
17.
Not fine.
you rolled what did you roll?
I rolled a
17?
17.
Okay, well you're asleep though, so.
I assume it'll be some subtraction.
I think it's like
Yes.
halves when you're
I
asleep.
don't dream though, if that helps. Does that help?
No.
I got no dreams.
No.
I just
You have
fall
no
unconscious.
dreams, no aspirations in life? Come on, man.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I'll just.
Kind of, last time we relied on me to watch while sentry resting, we got robbed. So this is not a good fallback.
I'm not
At least you
gonna.
can see in this like.
I'm not gonna be gone for long. Hopefully.
When did you get robbed?
Remember at the very
Very
start when
early
you
on.
like gave
Oh,
us the
yeah.
lesson
Because we were like
of,
just starting and we were like, sleep time, and then you were like shifts, and I'm like, yeah, shifts is smart, and then you're like, I will go and get our stuff, and he nearly died.
Yeah.
But
Classic.
Because Holly was merciful is why you didn't die.
Maybe.
I was so merciful at the start, and look where it got me.
mistakes.
Ha.
Mercy's a
I've been
weakness.
playing, guys. I've been playing the long game.
It's paying off for you now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I love it.
You get to be that villain finally who's like yes.
I've always been the villain. Be the villain in your own story. Who gives a shit about heroes? Anyway, Crugar, looking for a hero. You begin to creep forward further into the night. The wind seems to get louder. It's almost like a howling gale around you for a second. It sounds like wolves that are kind of howling and baying at night. You don't see anything for a little bit in front of you, but the amulet seems to the kind of ebb and flow of this stream of forest green light that kind of seems to swing outwards. It's kind of like rotating a little bit in your grip. It's kind of almost as if it has a life of its own, swinging side to side like a pendulum. And it's almost like a lantern light at this point. It's quite bright.
Okay.
And you begin to... What?
It's just a beak.
Hey, at least I'm not you guys.
You watch as...
I don't have control over the light source. Leave me alone.
We're following the fucking random light in the forest.
Because that's my amulet.
We're gonna get abducted by Faye.
Cool. Maybe I'll go back in time. I can prevent all this.
No, that's not how that works. You just kind of lose something of yours.
Sometimes you go back in time.
Like your ears or something random.
Oh, your eye color.
Yeah.
So,
Your balls.
you swinging this like pendulum in front of you. The faint hum seems to grow louder for a second. It's almost like there's a hive of bees that is kind of around your head at this moment, like the.
I'm like looking around.
As you turn your head back, you see a figure standing.
Ah!
What?
Like fall, like as I go like ah, I like fall on the ground. Like,
What is your problem?
do I know this figure? Is this
Yeah.
Grissom?
Yeah. You can see a figure. You just see a figure at the moment, but you recognize the voice. She's kind of shrouded in darkness at the moment, but you recognize the voice as Igusa.
What? Oh, you were listening.
She kind of looks around
What the?
and steps forward. You can see there's kind of fiery red curls that hang down. This
Ginger.
really
Ginger's
this thick kind of patchwork of fur. It's kind of dusted with snow along the shoulders and along the top of the head. She kind of steps forward. Well, I am kind of always listening, watching to what you are doing.
Oh, okay. I don't really.
It's part of the omen thing.
All right. Yeah, I just didn't expect you to appear out here at all. thought I was just talking to myself.
I thought I said if you needed me or my advice, you could consult.
I thought that was. I didn't think that was like a literal sense. That's. Is this what it's like for all religions, or am I just a special case? Because I'm, the omen.
Well, I am not technically a god or anything.
Well, you're the closest thing to it.
I'm a demigod. It's
Close enough. There's still God in the name.
I'm not very good at this myself. Kind of the first time I have had to do it.
Oh. Crugar will kind of like get up from the ground and like dust the snow off his coat and shit. So, so then you know everything that's happened in the last, I don't know, 3-4 hours?
No, not really. I felt she kind of pauses and looks around and then begins to walk off into a direction.
Wait, but can we not go too far? My friends are like, oh, okay.
You will be safe in the plains as long as you are with me.
That's comforting. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, demigod. Yeah, I feel pretty safe with the demigod. Yep.
He's getting everything last night. He's safe.
Well, when
Really
you
roll for that 10.
when you are as connected to nature as we are, these things, the world around you becomes your ally. You learn to work with what you have. There is help around you if you look for it. You just have to have patience sometimes.
Sound like my mother.
Don't ever say that to me again.
Sorry.
I prefer jaded, older figure.
Gilf.
Gilf.
Stop. Gilf?
Who lets this one play with us?
I don't know.
What
Well,
is that?
and I'll give
Gilf.
you Grisa like the general rundown. Be like,
Yeah.
well, my dad is dying. My brother's gone to war because of actions that I've caused, and my sister's now fled the country because of actions that I've caused. And I don't even know where my other older brother is. Probably doing something. And my mother is at my father's deathbed. And half of our group has been kidnapped and now is probably being tortured.
She kind of considers for a second, and then she stops and turns to you. And Igrissa has quite a. It's like a. Almost like looking at a classical Greek statue. It's all hard lines and very serious. She has quite a heavy set brow, and there are scars that kind of run along the side of her face.
She's like tall as too. She's like a half giant or something.
Yeah.
Isn't she? Yeah. Okay.
She's, I would say, probably approaching 7.5 feet.
Yeah. Tall. Tall.
She's tall. How do you know it is your fault?
If I just did what my dad told me to do, I just was didn't have any dreams or aspirations, and I just followed the word to the letter. My brother wouldn't be going to war. It would be me, and my sister wouldn't be fleeing because of me causing rebellion, and my dad wouldn't be sick. And who knows? Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of problems have come just from one stupid decision, just because I didn't want to be the same. I wanted it to be something different, and now it's causing more harm than good. And now I feel really awful. Sorry.
She pauses for a second, and you can see that, like I said, she's very like harsh lines. You can see just the curl of like tribal tattoos, runes that are kind of like running along the exposed part of her skin, like from her neck downwards. She takes off part of her cloak. You can see that it was like, it's kind of stuffed towards the back, and she pulls out almost like a wrap or a throw, and she chucks it over your shoulders.
Oh.
It's quite heavy, but immediately you are filled with like this sense of warmth.
Oh.
How much do
Thanks.
you believe in the tapestry?
The tapestry?
You know, the great tapestry that dictates all that we are. They believe it was designed by fate to determine what we as people do.
I believe that people can write their own stories, and people can. Fate may be set out originally, but I think people should have, whether they do or not, people should have the right to write their own story, and dictate how they want their lives to go.
I think that sounds admirable. Don't you think if people are entitled to decide what they want, that maybe it was simply your family's decision to make the choices that they did? Perhaps they would have made these decisions regardless of whether or not you were involved. You made the decisions you made. Whether you believe it is fate or otherwise, that is not for me to say. That's up to you.
I guess, well, my brother is older. He probably still would have gotten enlisted regardless. I don't know about my sister. Then again, she never really wanted to be with anyone, so I guess. It just feels easier to. It just feels like my fault, but I guess logically, it also isn't. Yes. But my dad.
I think it is okay for it to feel like to know logically that it isn't. Sometimes, in my line of work, I feel very much the same way, where omens are created that I could have stopped, but it doesn't seem to do much in the end. I think you are onto something about people making their own decisions. I certainly made my own decisions when I was involved in becoming an omen killer. Whether it was fate designed it for me to make those decisions when I did, or if it was simply my own choice, well, the gods are never going to give you a straight answer. That is what I have learned.
Apparently not.
I think sometimes it is because they can't. For humans, things are certain. You believe that because you decided to run away, that it set things in motion, that it is certainly your fault.
Mm-hmm.
What I have learned dealing with gods and being half of one myself, it is not so simple for them. Your life has a certain time span. Gods, they do not. Fate for them is what they function on. For us, we have been given the gift of choice. And that is important.
I think so.
Just because it feels like it is your fault doesn't mean that it is. I am unsure what to do about your father. I am sorry to say. I could see if it is an omen, but I will be honest, hags are something different. If it is believed to be that, anyway.
Is the amulet still sort of warm?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as hot,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a bit strange. Like, Igrissa looks like your typical Viking warrior in a lot of ways. And you'd imagine she's a little bit detached, and you can get it through like her stilted, trying to like comfort you, like make you feel better.
He's mortal. It's fine.
Yeah, she's not. She's also not known, or whatever folklore you know. She's not known to really interact much with humans or with even gods or any other kind of humanoid creatures beyond. She's very much focused more on creatures, so she spends a lot of time by herself, more like a lone wolf. But there is something that is warming about being in her presence. You don't feel the cold as much, not just because of the throw that she's given you, but you get a faint like radiating of heat of it, and you think she's probably not at all bothered by the cold herself.
No. The warrior is so in tune with nature itself. It's like you can probably just like bend your will just a little bit.
Yeah, things don't really seem to phase her much about the outside environment, but there's just a faint glow to the amulet, and there's no humming anymore, but it's warm.
Okay. I'm gonna like kind of like wrap it around my palm and just sort of like grasp it really tightly, and I'll just like look up to her, all 7 feet to my little 3'3" body. Well, I know a hag can be killed, and that's gonna help my dad. Then I don't care what it takes.
You mean to kill a hag?
It's gonna help my dad, then yeah. I don't care what he's done. All the petty arguments and all this other stupid childish rebellion, bickering, strict father stuff. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help him my way, whether he likes it or not.
Are you watching Idrissa?
Mm-hmm. Looking right up at
Roll
him.
an insight check for me.
I have advantage on those. I rolled 2 sevens.
Solid roll.
Solid rolls.
What's your wisdom modifier?
It's a +4, so it's like
That's good.
it's like 11.
An 11?
And 11.
You can see her talking to Idrissa. Like I said, she's quite detached and often comes across as impassive. When speaking to you, you haven't ever seen her smile. You see the faint, uptick of an eyebrow. And what you say?
Okay. I could be anything. Interesting choice.
It's very subtle, but with an 11 you do pick that up.
Okay.
You're just unable to discern anything else with her face.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very generous for an 11. I'm gonna help my friends. Then I'm gonna go help my dad. Then find a way to end this stupid war so my brother doesn't have to die. My sister doesn't have to get married to a creep. And stop this stupid motherfucking wanderer dude. And slap Sealant so hard in the face that his jaw dislocates. Fucking prick.
You see Igris's face kind of snap to the side. And then snap back to you.
I look in that direction.
You're not looking at her anymore?
When she turns away, I'll be like, hey, where are you looking? And then,
I roll a perception check.
Okay.
Because you stabbed.
Back at the
Ha! 3.
3, you see nothing. You're so distracted by the fact that there's this 7'5",
Massive money.
Muscle.
she's huge. She.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
In that case, my eyes don't believe. They're just like,
One of her biceps is probably the entire size of you.
yeah. I'm a small boy.
She's huge.
I'm a small boy.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sorry, I just needed to. It's been a very long day.
From what I have heard, it certainly has been.
And that motherfucker is just. Crugar starts to get quite there's a vein kind of almost bursts in his forehead, and it's just like.
What is so annoying about him?
For one, his voice. 2,
Yeah.
he kidnapped my friends. 3, he's tried to kill and imprison the rest of us. 4, he threatened my family. 5, I'm pretty sure he's just a corrupt, stupid, dingy, stupid little motherfucker in a corrupt fucking system.
Crugar learned about unlocked swear words today in game.
Stupid motherfucker.
Stupid motherfucker.
Why is the child swearing?
There's nobody else around I can swear.
He wants to look cool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's really makes you cool.
I mean, that's part of it.
Kids not swearing.
Yeah.
It'll make you look so cool.
Alright, yeah.
I don't
Not
wish.
something I ever saw someone.
I don't really want to hurt really anyone because they're bad people. But
Yeah,
sometimes
you
people.
just say you were going to kill a hag. That sounds like hurting them. to me.
That's different. I want to kill this guy just because he's fucking an asshole.
That's right, he does fuck asses.
Oh.
That was a crime.
It could be man ass, it could be female ass, it doesn't matter. It could be anyone's ass. He fuck ass.
Shut up, Lochie!
Lochie.
He fucks ass.
Stop.
Does he fuck?
Only ass. Baby donkey. Donkey
Well,
fucker.
similar to like how Crugar gets like angry when like certain abilities and like his powers kind of like overwhelm him. Is that sort of like that sort of similar rage is bubbling in him now, just in like his tiny little base form. He's just very when he thinks of Seal, and he just feels nothing but hate.
Well, anger can be a powerful tool. Make sure you use it wisely.
Yeah.
If you are angry at this Sealan, make sure he deserves it.
Oh, he deserves it, alright.
Good, well, unleash what you've got, I say. Sometimes, holding back, I think it is a virtue I do not possess.
Huh. Cool.
Cool.
Cool. Oh my god, she's so fucking cool, man! Thanks for listening.
Of course, I'm not. Well, I am a god, but I'm not one that people follow. So this is new to me as well.
Am I like your first real follower?
What? You don't say that.
Player number one. It's okay. Come on, it's cool.
My fellows are short kings.
Roll an insight check.
That's better. 17.
17. Have you been watching her throughout this whole conversation? Okay.
Just looking up at her.
I'll say, when you mentioned that you were gonna, like, murder Lawrence, and you were, like, getting quite riled up at it, about it, and you were like, I'm gonna kill this hag, and all of this sort of stuff, you could see that she was pleasantly surprised, and a little bit amused. Like, you could see a faint, like, crinkle to, the corners of her eyes. As the rest of her is pretty much impassive. Like, she is a master of micro expression. So when you're talking about being like her first follower, you can see like a slight
Cringe.
almost. You can see she's like a bit embarrassed.
I got a follower and it's short.
I've got one follower on the Godgram.
His little child.
He likes all my posts.
He likes all my posts.
Keep leaving weird comments that are encouraging and I hate it. It's weird.
Strong arm emoji, strong arm emoji.
You can see like the only expressions that she gives to you are like impassive or annoyed, disinterested. So like there's a crease in between her brow line, and she looks at you and she kind of just, in order to be a follower, I would have to have something for you to follow. I do not have that. You are an associate.
I mean, that kind of sounds more important than just follower, so I'll take associate. I'm an associate to a demigod. That sounds cool.
Don't tell people that.
Why? Why not? That's cool. You know,
Crugar, demigod's associate.
I know the Omen Killer. We're associates of each other.
You could just say, you know me, that's fine.
I guess that does roll off the tongue easier. Okay, I'll go with that. Well, I'll say this: if you were a full god,
I am. I'm like, Igrusa is a minor god. She isn't technically a demigod, but she's been elevated to minor god status. So she is technically a god.
well, if you were a major god, minor god, whatever kind of god, I don't follow gods, but I follow you.
It's the most embarrassing thing. Should we followed by ever.
Fuck.
Stop following me.
You have to be my follower.
This huge, like 7-foot, like stone statue of a Blacking woman.
After
It's just
campaign's
like-
over, Crugar priest just only gets halflings to follow. Halflings, dwarves, gnomes.
I convert tunnels.
Halflings, dwarves, gnomes only.
Thank you. I don't really know how the whole following thing works. I don't really associate with gods or mortals. I don't feel like I am of either party.
You follow your own path.
I make my own choices.
Maybe that's why I'll follow you.
Perhaps. If you prove yourself, maybe there will be a place for you.
Not at your sword, right? Because you did say there is still that minor threat that you would kill me, right?
Of course.
Okay,
I
cool.
could kill you now if I wanted to.
I don't doubt that. Not at all.
I don't think it was in question.
No.
All I meant was this. There is always a potential for a bad seed to be sown. The omen that you are in possession of, perhaps it can accelerate this process. But if you are worthy enough for the Corsic, well, we shall see.
And we shall.
You have changed my opinion of you.
Hopefully for the better. Gives an awkward thumbs up.
And it's changed again.
Hi, I'm Crugar. I'm an associate.
I am an associate. I know the law.
I think you can do good things. I look forward to seeing you prove that. Let's say that.
To you and everybody else in this world.
You know, as much as people want to prove themselves to gods, sometimes I think they do it for the wrong reasons. The only person that you should feel as if you have to prove anything to is yourself. When you are satisfied with who you are, the choices that you make, then perhaps you can feel at peace.
That will come with time, I think. But hopefully sooner rather than later. And hopefully my dad can be around so that I can say that I told you so.
Of course. Well, I hate to cut this short.
Yeah, I think I've been away from my friends long enough. Hopefully the wolves haven't eaten them. I mean, you said...
Mold in our sleep.
You're
I mean-
cognizant of the wrongs of your ways.
Yes. I mean, you said... I mean, I don't... Yeah, I thank you very much for the talk. I better make sure that they're okay. And also, if they're
They
awake and
have
I'm
been
not...
watched.
That's good. No one bad came around.
I don't know. They were watched.
Okay. That's... Honestly, yes. I don't know what else I expected.
If they had come to some sort of harm, I would know.
That's... Well... I better get back there before that changes.
It will not as long as I am around.
I appreciate that.
Well, if there is nothing else, I have a scorpion to kill.
Like a big one.
bigger than that.
Wow. Where?
Maran.
Well, I know a little bit, but I know anything or even like a little bit about Moran. Like I know it's like that's where the Carthora Triad is, right?
Maran is a separate continent.
That's a separate continent. I know it's another continent.
Yeah, so Maran is where the poison was initially. That was in the Dart. That's like the same place, the Spectral Plains. If you remember at the start of the campaign with Ormerum, that's...
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, you
Shit.
guys haven't really done any research into Maran.
No.
But you know that it is another continent. If you want to roll a history check for me though.
Nah.
No?
This makes sense. 11. That seems to be my favorite number for the night. 11.
11? Look, there...
I know it's a continent. That's not on my ladium.
It's a continent.
No, it's
You
not
have heard
Carthora.
about it before. You know there are things like the Spectral Plains. Generally, Maran is quite a... is renowned for how many creatures, beasts, roam Maranian lands. There is a lot of... The people of Maran are quite accustomed to living amongst these beasts. So they often will... There's rumors of them riding dragons, using great serpents to pull sleds and things like that. And there are, of course, the rumors of great beasts that seem to be quite prolific in Maran.
Cool.
So you would assume that she's probably dealing with a great beast rather than some of the other beasts that just simply roam.
Wow. Maybe one day I'll get to defeat a great beast in Maran.
Well, maybe.
Maybe when the war and the Wanderer are all settled and done with and everybody else is happy.
I think the Wanderer could be a great beast.
It'll definitely be the first great beast I slay then. Me and my friends.
Well, perhaps you will be traveling to, well, there are a couple of islands that have great beasts on them. They have not been an issue yet for me to tackle, but could be a start for you if you wish to be a hunter.
The last time I went out hunting, a giant nearly squished me, so my dad never really took me out after that. But I can hunt monsters. So maybe that's...
I think there is something poetic about someone of small stature possessing such strength to fell a giant. Perhaps monsters will be the same.
Kind of gets a bit more of like, his like, kind of like posture back and like a bit more confidence. There's still like tears kind of like coming down his eyes, but he kind of wipes them away. He's like, yeah. Well, I'll show him. And I'll show him. Thinking about his dad when he says that.
There's more to strength than simply how much
You can bench.
height you have on another. Just because you are of small stature does not mean you are lesser.
The others keep trying to tell me as well.
Well, maybe it is something to be believed then.
There are perks to being small.
Of course.
I'll remember that.
Well, if you have any other problems, I cannot always promise that I will be able to answer them immediately, but the amulet does signify to me if you are in distress or you need assistance. I would prefer to not speak to the other people in your group.
That's understandable. That's fine.
But if you do need me, well, we will see.
Can your friends of like nature, can they see for you? Or is it just more like a feeling?
She studies you for a second. My relationship to nature is complicated. Sometimes they see for me. Other times, I feel.
Would you be able to know where my friends are? Or could your friends find where my friends are?
Which ones?
The ones that got kidnapped back at the tavern.
I think I can find them for you.
Does your reach go to the kingdom of Acheron by chance?
I could go to the kingdom of Acheron.
God, gods are cool.
Who is going to stop me?
No one. If you could maybe... I mean, I have a rough idea of where she is, but if you have a feeling of where my sister might be, that would be helpful too. I don't know. Just make sure she's okay.
I may have to appear to you after I work it out.
That's okay.
Sometimes, if you are an actual god, it is easier. If you are a minor god, a demigod, it takes a bit of effort. I will return with news.
Thank you. Do you want your... I'll kind of like take the coat off and be like, you want your coat back?
She considers you for a second, and it's like I said, there's not much emotion that's conveyed necessarily. You have to really kind of read into what she's like, how she's interacting with you, or like read into what her eyes are kind of conveying. But she says nothing for probably maybe like 20 seconds or something. It's the stretch of time.
If it's like 20 seconds, I'll be, oh, okay. Almost like take it back.
I think perhaps you need it.
What does it look like? Is it just like a mixture of like furs and stuff?
It's kind of like if you've ever seen those Highland wraps that you throw over your shoulders and they kind of pin in place. It's kind of like that.
That's cool.
Except
That's a vibe.
it's like a stretch of furs that it's quite beautiful in how well put together they are, despite the fact that it looks patchwork. Like it's very like you could pull it and it would be completely taut, like not stretch. Like it's quite durable.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Yeah.
The underside is like more of a waterproof membrane too.
Yeah. Okay. If she says nothing for 20 seconds, I'll just sort of like properly like get it off my shoulders, so it's just sort of on me. I'll kind of like.
Yeah. It's more like a cloak.
Yeah. I'll kind of like furl it out and then wrap it around me.
It's more like a cloak.
Yeah. I'll furl it out and then kind of wrap it around me like a cloak, properly pinning it, and like. Oh yeah. Okay. No. If I'm allowed to keep this is kind of rad.
Of course, I think you need it more.
Sweet.
You should try finding peace in nature. Maybe you would like it.
Try finding peace in nature.
There is something I enjoy about solitude. I never feel out of place when I am here in nature. Maybe you will enjoy as well.
There's a wild cat that just ran past us.
Roll
He's
perception check
so
for me,
fat.
actually.
He's fat man.
He's fat man.
Stop rolling twos. Ban 3.
3?
Hey, 17.
Nah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, you are so distracted by how cool
My cloak is.
Irisa is,
And my
yeah,
cloak.
and your cloak.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, there's something I think for Crugar, like how does Crugar feel getting it to talk to a demigod?
Special.
Yeah.
Feels important. Feels like he's finally noticed. Oh, you know. He's obviously noticed by his friends, but, you know, he's always been very rebellious of authority. So this is like, you know, like mega high authority, like saying, "Hey, kid, you're doing a good job, or you're doing it right in your own way." And he's just like, "Oh, wow, acknowledgement. This is cool by someone cool." looking up to like your much older your cooler older big brother. It's just like it's like wow.
I imagine Crugar is probably like has quite complicated feelings about religion. Do you think Crugar's been kind of swayed at all?
Yeah. If there was any time that Crugar would get into religion, it would be now. He's going to find Jesus.
The only religion, God.
Igrissa has, like, you guys have been walking kind of at the same time, and she has been kind of looping back, you realise, to where you were. You can see the campfire light kind of flickering.
Okay, cool. I was gonna get lost. I know I was definitely gonna get lost.
Roll an investigation check for me quickly.
Investigation?
Yeah.
You're investigating.
Brother,
See, someone stabbed us in our sleep.
What's up, brother? It's an 11, brother.
Phrasing was consistent.
Stop rolling 11s, brother.
No worries. You don't see much.
Cool. Is
You
everyone?
feel a lot warmer though.
That's nice.
Despite the fact that this is just a cloak and not covering, most of your arms or, legs or anything like that.
Warm cloak. Everybody else, like my three compatriot, my 4 compatriots, they're all there sleeping.
Yeah.
Fine.
They all seem undisturbed.
Okay, that's good.
Igrissa kind of stops outside of the reach of the firelight. You kind of continue walking a few steps in front.
Do I notice them getting back?
Stealth.
I think, are you stealthy?
Yeah, I'll be quiet
Sure,
as I approach back.
Not to be found out.
4.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh.
do.
I rolled a 2. I'm a fighter. I don't do skills.
You do hear the sounds of shuffling through the snow and movement.
Alright,
Does
well.
that wake me up as well in there?
Wake me up when it's over.
I'd say probably not.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna snap to and
I'm just trying to be quiet. I'll give like a Igrissa like a bow and like a salute, kind of like a wee pop
You
with a 2.
turn back towards where
Yeah.
she was.
Yeah.
And all you can see is just the fluttering of leaves to the snow.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to look out into the distance where I heard the rustling. And like, do I see anything?
You can see Crugar.
I
Oh,
fall.
I see Kruger.
I fall.
Kruger?
Oh, sorry. Did I wake you up?
No, I mean, you definitely got my attention.
Sorry.
Why? Where were you?
Went for a walk. Just a small walk around the camp.
You're supposed to be on the walk.
I am a bunch. I'm patrolling.
Can I insight this claim of patrol?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's intimidation.
I
Yup.
don't think that
That's
matters.
a natural 20.
Like,
Or
bitch.
23.
What is that?
I'm not telling the full truth.
That, what does...
Like, bitch.
Alright. Well, Kruger, are you doing alright? Are you okay?
I'm a bit better. I felt better. I was pretty shit before. Still kinda am pretty shit right now. But I had a little walk and talked to God.
Alright.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were very religious.
I'm not, but when a god kind of shows up in front of you, it's just like you know it would be rude not to talk. So I'm just like, oh, hey, you heard me.
Just shit talking Igrissa.
Shit talking.
Every word you
She's
say.
like, kind of shut up, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like I was talking to
No,
like
you-
this thing on my neck.
Yeah, I'll pull out the amulet. You know how like
So.
you know how before when we were back in Runwarm when I ran into
Teacher.
the Omen Killer, or I
Oh,
told you
right.
guys I ran into the Omen Killer.
Yes.
Run.
She kind of I was feeling sad. I was feeling really sad. Feeling bad about that somehow all of this is my fault, and I guess she heard me, and then she came and comforted me a bit away in her own way.
I guess.
I think
glad you're feeling better, but don't forget that everyone here.
I wasn't fine, and besides, God kind of been like, she was like, oh, don't worry, if they were hurt, I would know, and I'm like, okay.
Do how much to get? Make sure we don't get hurt in the first place.
All right, well, maybe you should get some sleep. I think it's Kimberly's turn for watch.
I'm just gonna look, and I'll kind of like flash. I'll kind of flash like my new cloak. Look, these are like fur scruffs from the cloak of a god. It's coolish. Touch it. Wait, touch it.
I touch it. What is it?
It's like nice and it's like super warm.
Is it giving off heat, or is it just a really good? It's how.
It's kind of like the thermal cube.
Thermal cloak.
How strange! It seems to be generating heat of its own.
I gotta tell you, this is like the warmest and toastiest I've been on this entire trip.
Can I infer anything more about it? Having a
Roll
good look at it.
Arcana.
I'm gonna grab my diddly dice. I don't know why I called them that. That's too late. I've already rolled. And it was a bit depressing.
Oh, that is.
You're rolling. You just
Roll the dice for the
Did you see my roll?
Yeah, that one was better than this one.
Oh really? Did you get a 1?
Oh, wait,
No,
what did
I'll
you roll
tell
on
you.
that?
2.
Alright, this was a 2 as well.
Oh nice. 9 in total.
God shit, man. It's weird.
I mean, this is a little bit beyond me.
It does seem to give off an arcane energy.
Mm.
It certainly... It looks natural, like it looks like a fur cloak. But there's like an odd... Not quite a shimmer, but it catches light. Strangely. Some of the furs...
I don't want her to eat.
Oh, dear.
Some of the furs catch the light.
Come back, kitchen.
In a bit of a weird way.
Interesting.
She felt. Oh, Mark. Slay marks. She told me that to kind of.
So she gave me speaking. Come back, kid. Come back, kid. It's such a great way to come back. Come back, kitchen.
She told me.
Come back.
She told me some things that I kind of needed to hear. Made me see the more logical side of this entire chaos, and also to maybe take a moment or two and just appreciate nature in a way.
That sounds like very good advice. Yes, I hope you know, Crugar, that your father's mistakes are not your own.
That's what the god said.
Well, he must be a pretty smart god.
She's a very smart god. Very cool god. Very strong. Very tall. Very scary.
Alright, why don't you get some rest?
Okay.
I'll go wake up Kimberly for her watch.
Go to bed
Sure.
until insane.
I'm gonna kind of snug up in my cloak and be like,
I'll go wake
out
up.
like a motherfucking light.
I'll go wake up Kimberly.
You shake her awake.
No, I'll just tap gently at first, and then if
She
that
kind
doesn't.
of rockets away.
Kimberly, I think it's your turn for taking watch.
Well, thank you.
Sorry to wake you so abruptly. I was trying to be.
That's okay. I don't get much sleep.
Yeah, so relate.
Is that a? Now's probably not the best time for a conversation, given everyone's sleeping. But that's an interesting, interesting remark.
Mm.
Do you choose to not sleep?
Oh well, my ancestry means that I enter this thing called a trance. It means that I require less actual sleep than most other humanoid creatures, but I myself have. And she looks at you for a second and like squints. I have odd visions sometimes. They make it hard to sleep. She says a completely straight face, like there's just as if she's remarking on the weather.
What, like nightmares?
Oh,
Or dreams?
yes.
I don't have them.
Oh, buddy! Don't worry, Abelard gets that. What the fuck's a dream?
Well, if you picture in your mind an apple, what do you see?
I see a fruit that's red.
Mm-hmm. Rather round, enough that you could perhaps throw it.
I'd say.
You imagine throwing it?
I can imagine catapulting it.
Well, there you go. That's essentially what a dream is. An image that your mind has conjured in your unconscious moments.
And to interrupt your sleep, they must be vivid.
Rather, yes. Sometimes they feel as if memories. Other times, they don't seem to belong to me.
What, like visions
Yes.
of the future, of the
See-
present? Do you know much about them?
I'm unsure. Sometimes they feel as if they are a past life that I have lived. Other times they seem to be situations that I should find myself in. I believe sometimes it is my mistress telling me where to go. Other times it seems as if I am expecting it to happen to myself. I had a vision that I should go to Gosa. I saw fire, bloodshed, hellish creatures through a rift.
And that's what brought you there?
In a way, yes. I conferred with my goddess. She told me that I must be there.
That sounds quite stressful. If helpful, sure. You could save lots of people, but
Sometimes they're not messages from my goddess. It doesn't seem anyway.
well. But if do we know who Kimberly's what's the word?
Who our goddess is?
Yeah.
Ecleos.
Ecleos, yeah.
And Ecleos is the god of
Memories, boundaries, openings, I believe, as well. Testing my own knowledge. Yeah, sorry. Memories, boundaries, specters like ghosts and things like that, and openings.
sure. I don't know what to say.
It's hard speaking to her, isn't
So
it?
tough.
Welcome to my show.
Goth mummy is intimidating.
She's also just incredibly vague about everything she says.
It's unsettling.
Well, I don't really have much to say. It's quite seems quite unusual.
I get told that a lot.
Part of the problem, you know.
What, me?
You're part of the problem.
Tell her I think she's already heard. She's becoming part of the group that tells her she's weird.
Oh, I totally did.
You're fucking weird, man. You're fucking dead, bro.
In any case, I should continue my watch and allow you to get your other hours of rest.
Yes, that would be nice. I think I'm on next watch.
Yes, probably.
Alright.
I shall wait you for your next watch.
In two and a bit hours, more or less. Alright. Stay safe. Keep us safe.
Will do.
And I'll whisper. And maybe keep an eye on Crugar.
Why is he ill?
That was funny. That was really good.
That's so
that is the perfect response. Is he ill?
mentally.
Yes. No.
I was about to try the joke, not physically.
Whatever you think A9 might say.
No, not quite. I think, given what's happened the past few days, or the past few hours, or past day.
He looks nice and like comfy and cozy with a little bit of a smile on his face, with like in this nice like toasty cloak. He's just sleeping in.
Did he always have that?
No.
Doubt it.
Don't think into it too much. We're all safe.
Impossible task.
Yes. No.
She is like Hawkeye Kruger now.
But you can also watch everything else if. Yep. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Sleep well.
Thank you. Watch well.
The two native is. Yes, human.
She blinds her head and you watch as she actually leaves where you guys are kind of being pressed up out of the snow, and she sits at the front of the group, like at the apex of where all of you are kind of in this little pile, and she just sits and watches you. You watch her settle after a second, straight back, and just eyes you watch on the horizon.
I initially, I'm standing looking toward, standing back against the wall, staring out towards everything. And I assume Kimberly is staring back at us? Or
No, she's staring out into the horizon.
Sure, well, I'm staring out as well while I rest.
Alright. After a little bit. What? What?
Just that's her response. That whole interaction was much just this.
So awkward.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to
Awkward
deal
bot
with
and awkward cleric come together.
I have 8 charisma.
That's awkward.
That's so much more than 1.
After a while, she taps you awake. A9.
I take it that it's my turn.
I believe so, yes.
Alright. Well,
No change to Crugar. He has been under the cloak the whole time. Did you know it was enchanted?
I gathered it seems to be magically producing heat of some sort. No wonder he looks pretty comfy.
Yes,
Wrapped
it's
up in that.
natural magic.
Natural magic? What do I know about natural magic?
That could be a lot of things. Roll an Arcana check for me though.
Druid.
1 second as I grab my dice.
Yeah, one dice.
I have dice.
I give you dice.
I bring them to me.
I brung it.
Don't have that one. That's been in his mouth.
Lucky.
Any dice he tries to give you has been in his mouth. Quick.
Lucky.
put it in your mouth.
Mark, put it in your mouth.
No.
Put it in Mark's mouth.
It's a great way to share disease. Sharing is caring, after all.
You have rabies.
Okay.
We have cat on the table.
15.
15. Natural magic usually refers to druidic magic, so magic that is of nature itself. So it could be from creatures, could be from plants, that sort of stuff.
Hello, cat. He's inspecting.
What is the keyword?
Yeah, generally she's talking about magic that is of the surrounding environment, or like of nature.
Interesting. What's the omen killer? What's
Igresa.
Agresa? Do we know much about?
Igresa.
You know what
White
Crugar
color.
told us?
Minor god. You know. Oh, it's been a while since I fucking looked at the doc. What's he doing now?
No, nothing.
My favorite example of druid magic.
Shut up, bitch.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no, but no.
No.
Okay, fine.
Interesting. Does it appear to be made out of some sort of natural material? Is it like the fur of some beast or
Roll a survival check for me.
survival?
Yeah.
Survival.
Or nature, actually. You can roll nature.
Cool. It's only a 1 point difference, but
That
maybe
1
it'll
point
make
could
all
make
the
all the
difference.
difference.
It could turn a 1 to a 2.
Oh my!
Fuck.
Was it a what?
It was just about to hit 18 and then it went bloop.
I've all got to 2.
So that is a total of 6.
Nice.
A total of 6. With a 6, it does look to be a patchwork quilt of several different beasts that are kind of joined together. They seem larger than usual, though. These scraps. Like, you can kind of recognize, I mean, you've seen what, like, a regular wolf pelt is like. You gather that there might be some elements of a wolf pelt here, but it seems to be bigger than expected.
Just like these bigger than expected scorpions. But is it made of some sort of... It appears to be made out of some sort of animal fur or hide.
That is where the magic is from.
Right, do you know what animal?
I would have to inspect it more closely. I was taking watch, so I wasn't able to now, but perhaps I can have a look into it.
Okay, well,
Animals are not necessarily my specialty.
no mine. Well, I'll let you get some rest, or have you rested as much as you need already?
I have rested as much as I need. I will probably be meditating.
Alright. Well, then I'll leave you to that. I will try to make sure we don't get robbed or...
Right, well, I'll be watching as well, so no need to be concerned. Hopefully we can avoid us being captured.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes!
This is the riveting roleplay we wanted to
Yes.
socially engaging.
You watch as Kimberly kind of inclines her head and then moves off away from the group. You can still see her, but she's kind of set up with her back to a tree and is watching like across the entrance of the camp.
I'm going to look out.
Sure.
Do I see anything in particular at the moment?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
God damn it!
Hey, roll different dice.
I'm so sorry,
Into
everyone.
your mouth, maybe.
We're getting stabbed.
A 2 for a total of 2.
We're getting stabbed.
Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot to say you can roll with advantage because Kimberly's there as well.
Yay! What should I get another 2? 3 2s in a row. Let's do it.
Not sure like that, guys.
No, it wasn't a 2.
What was it, a 1?
4.
Ooh!
We're
A
going
total
for the
of
world.
4.
Oh, that's right.
You don't see much of anything during your during your watch. Everything seems totally fine.
There's some snow and a bush.
Yeah, exactly. You are just looking out into this perfectly white, pristine canvas. The fog appears to have lifted quite a bit, and you can now see a bit further. The snow seems perfectly set. The flurries are gone, and it's just a white, undulating blanket.
Alright. Well, then I'll wait out my watch. I don't think I have anything that I need to do. Yeah, I'll just wait it out and
Excellent. Well,
wake everyone up in the morning.
yeah, everyone woken up.
I had a nice sleep.
Long rest.
Long rest.
I get my spell slots back, and I get to swap out with tasks. It's
Yeah,
not helpful
you've
right
all
now.
completed your
That
your
one.
long rest.
Long rank.
Replace it with
Long
something
rest.
more fun.
Long rest.
Long
Long
rank.
rest.
That was probably helpful.
Is there anything any of you would like to do in the morning?
I want to talk to Kimberly.
I have questions.
Abelard wants to wander for a bit and go for a walk.
Well, bye, Abelard.
Okay, sure.
Sharpen my sword just so it's nice and fresh.
Sure.
I want to sit and stare out into the distance.
Excellent, excellent. So first of all, we'll do Abelard. What would you like to do, Abelard?
I suppose get away from I suppose almost like sensible distance.
Leave everyone.
Yeah. I suppose like far enough where it's like out of earshot almost.
Yeah.
I suppose just in like a moment of almost kind of like a weakness or like a break of like distance or something. He just like lashes out against the tree or something with his knife.
Sure.
Angry by
Angie.
why so angry?
Alright. Yeah. You you kind of pace away from the group and feeling this pent up rage bubbling up within you. You unsheath your dagger and seeing the closest tree to you, you scrape along the bark and it kind of carves into it.
Yeah. Just go in a tree for a bit.
You keep slashing into it?
Yeah.
Sure. What are you feeling at the moment other than just rage?
I don't know. It's like I sort of look at anger or something. It's like this supposed failure. Like Abelard's a scout, and he's meant to find danger, and he failed.
Yeah.
And now there's like half the party's missing, and the other half are hiding in the fucking snow, and he's like angry.
Yeah.
Angry cleric.
Feeling as if he's failed his
Yeah.
duty to the group. Yeah.
The group's not soldiers, but he is, and he's meant to know better. Like,
Sure.
he feels responsible. He's like, I was too comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Is there anything else that you do? Anything else that you feel, or you just kind of pacing
Yeah,
away having
it's
some
more of a kind of thing,
soul
maybe
food?
like the kind of like residual, like almost like watching the movie almost kind of set or something like that. He just like looks out almost kind of longingly.
Yeah. Wishing to be back on Lorethia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back where he knows.
Yeah.
Back where he's like, he knows the dangers. He knows what he's looking for. Like to playing like a land where he just doesn't know what's in for him like next. It's different. It's the like you go into find like where from it's like soldier discipline is discipline. It's like, and then the second is coming this one where there's corruption spread throughout the military. Something like he's not ready for it. He just doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, how could someone like in any sort of power be corrupt? Like he's
How could that possibly happen?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. That doesn't happen in my plane.
hey, theocracy. What happened there?
Yeah.
Theocracy, theocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you spend a bit of time kind of trying to grapple with the sense of failure, with the stress of not knowing what's coming, of the adaptation to this new and kind of this new environment that you feel like you still haven't got an actual hold on. You have no idea what's going on, what's happening. And you kind of lash out, striking at this tree again and again and again, and after a while you feel yourself begin to grow tired, though that anger doesn't completely ebb away. It still kind of simmers in your chest for a little bit. And I think with that, as you release your anger, but have this like renewed fire, this determination to kind of prove yourself capable of grappling with everything that's happening on this new plane to you while you're exploring and trying to help your friends, maybe get your friends back that you lost. You pace back towards the party.
I'm showing A9 the cloak and just like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not just like working up and like seeing Crugar. Where'd you get that?
Huh? Oh, God gave it to me.
What? Last night.
Yeah. The Omen Killer like actually came to me because I was feeling really sad and actually kind of just appeared in front of me and I was cold and then they gave me this and now look, like touch it.
Feels
Nice and
warm
warm.
to the touch.
So warm. This is like the coziest I've felt like this entire trip. It's great. But
Congrats.
yeah, I think I'm doing something right if God is like, you know, saying I'm doing a good job, I think.
Yeah?
I had a lot of shit on my mind and they listened and it was nice because I didn't want to wake you guys up. And so
Okay. You could if you wanted to.
I know, but I just needed, I wanted a moment alone and then I wasn't and it was nice. But I know I'm not alone because I've got you guys. I mean,
So true.
I'm really glad I got you guys.
We're glad to have you too, Crugar.
Was that sincere?
From me, absolutely.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Right.
Why don't you be like that?
Help me.
Side-eye me.
I know we'll get the others back somehow. Maybe with whatever power or help we can get from inside that crazy temple. We can take it to Sealan and shove it right in his stupid ugly face. Stupid dumb fuck.
I've never heard you swear so much.
I don't know. I'm like sad and angry and amped all at the same time. I'm sigamped. I'm sigramped.
I'm cigarette.
New word. It's a mixture of all three emotions. I'm gonna punch him in the
I think the
balls.
word you're looking for is upset.
Yes, Kimberly, I'm very upset. I'm gonna punch
It's
him.
like,
God.
What you're looking for is upset.
yeah, Kimberly is, you guys have noticed, not with the rest of you.
I'm gonna punch that stupid asshole right in the balls.
Um,
In my giant form, so it's gonna hurt!
Bit of roid rage, beat his nuts out.
I think it's
yeah.
important we think it through a little
Yeah.
bit more thoroughly. Let's not do anything
Use
irrational.
his sack as a
Don't-
speedball.
You don't want to let your anger or rage get the best of you and make you do something that you regret.
Perhaps we could take a more diplomatic route.
I got a diplomatic approach. I don't control the sword. This is diplomacy.
I'm
Good diplomatic approaches now. Just like,
If he shows his, if he hurt, he's already hurt enough of my family and enough of my friends. If he comes for any more of you guys, I'm just saying.
we'd have botched his circumcision if you know what I'm saying.
There you go.
yeah, that's great.
Sticking a torch to
Um,
fit level.
I'm
You
gonna
your balls, Masasha.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. Where's Abelard? Hey, Abelard! Check out my cloak!
Yeah.
Right? I'll show him now.
Everyone's fucked off.
Okay.
Really fucked up ages ago.
I'll just then I'll go to A9 and show him more of my cloak. Because he guys mentioned.
And then I'll go up to Kimberly.
Sure. You can see Kimberly her back is up against the tree trunk, but she's perfectly straight. She almost looks a bit statuesque as she's just sat there. The snow again has like collected.
Same as the last time. She was
Yeah.
just sitting on
On
a tree.
her, yeah.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah, snow again.
She kind of
fucking awkward.
Nadriah has charisma, but no riz.
Isn't Riz short for charisma? I'm so
Yeah,
confused.
It is.
But if you use riz in like the able to talk to people sense that some people use. Yes.
I'm so confused.
Nadriah can lie to people but can't sit there and hold a proper conversation. I
Lie
would-
to yourself.
What?
Lie to yourself about making proper conversation. I am a big, strong.
I am
I am independent.
an extrovert and I can speak to them.
What? Warrior.
Do the role play, please. End this quickly.
Well, you have to shut up.
I'm big warrior.
He has to shut up too.
Sorry.
Shut
What are you doing? Who's Juanito? No.
That's a secret. That's why her eye is purple.
He can't die because it's
Kimberly is
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Seem crazy.
Does she have a rose somewhere and a very large handlebar mustache?
Okay.
No.
Do you mind me asking what you were doing last night? You said you were doing something where you saw them?
Last night. You mean the one that's just passed or the one before?
Oh, the one before, sorry. Yeah, at the tavern.
Oh, I was on a walk.
And you saw them.
Well, no, not exactly. I was on a walk. I ran into Crugar's brother. He asked me to pass on a message. I just so happened to be near the military encampment, and I overheard your friend Sealand saying that there were battalions who were supposed to arrest the treasonous. I suppose it was you he was talking about anyway, and he said that you were traitors to the Empire.
We're not. I don't think.
He certainly seems to believe that you are, which is not great. So far I've heard you murdered someone. But you know what I mean.
Do you know who he murdered?
Actually, I overheard a couple of names being thrown around, but as far as I know, they were a rather important member of our law. Lots of chaos there now.
And even after hearing that we might have murdered someone, you still are with us?
I don't know the best way to put this, but
Huh?
Sorry.
if I believed everything that I heard, I would probably not last very long in my line of work. People say all sorts of things, doesn't mean that they're true. You gave me no reason to suspect that you would murder me or to be treasonous to whatever agreement we had.
It was an accident.
So, I had only cause to assume that you wouldn't have murdered anyone. You also didn't seem to behave as if you were people on the run.
No, we didn't know we were on the run until 2 nights ago. So, but I'm glad we give off the impression that we aren't murderers.
No one ever said that.
Oh,
Not yet.
who gives off the impression?
I think there's just a generally with marauding parties of adventurers, there's kind of an unspoken agreement that perhaps, if it calls for it, you may murder someone. Of course, it depends on your definition of murder. Of course, I have caused quite a few deaths in my time as well.
Yeah, me too. So.
Oh, so you are a murderer. Interesting.
No, Does that mean if you cause deaths, you're a murderer too, or?
Well, like I said, it depends on the definition.
Well, then it also depends on the definition of me.
Roll
as
an
well.
insight.
It's a lovely number. 8.
That's a nice.
Yeah, Kimberly's really hard to read.
If you just rotate it onto its side, you roll an infinity.
Yeah.
Kimberly is really hard to read generally. This time she does seem a little bit. It's uncharacteristic for her. Something about her is uncharacteristic, but that's all you get with an 8.
She thinks I'm a murderer, guys. I also just said I was. Hell. What do I do in this situation?
And I am standing from the corner going, not really.
Shiva's quietly playing Lovers in the Air.
Oh, what's that one saxophone? That's the one, yeah.
Careless Whispers.
Yeah.
By Wham.
Right.
So romantic.
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry.
There's a crocodile there playing romance music in my head.
Don't understand having a crocodile in your
Are you
head.
introduced rate your seduction on this smiley face game?
Well, thank you anyway for 2 nights ago. If you didn't wake me up, we would probably be captured and maybe dead. So,
Oh, of course. Well, it was my pleasure.
I appreciate it. You seem to help us a lot, like going into the... You seem to just help... put in a lot of effort into helping us. I've noticed with everyone in the group when things are wrong and they fall into ice or don't fall and purposely go down into ice again.
That's really no bother for me. I apologize if it concerns you, but I have no reason not to help you.
Why isn't it a bother? You're putting yourself in... Wiggle the cable, Lochie.
What?
Wiggle the cables. Wiggle back.
Wiggle it, long friend.
Teamwork.
He picked up the cat again.
Cat. Hopefully it'll fix this.
Why doesn't it bother you? I mean, you're putting yourself in dangerous situations to help us who are in dangerous situations ourselves, but it puts you at risk.
Well, if someone is in need of help, then should it not be my duty to do whatever I can to help them?
Not when it gets to the point of possibly putting them before yourself and something bad happens to you.
Well, I can heal, so, I don't see why not.
I can heal as well, and I wouldn't. Maybe that's an issue with me.
No,
But
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think so.
jump into water.
People have different morality and different perspectives on sacrifice.
The sound is still there. It's homophobic.
It is homophobic.
It really is. You know, it started when the gays were talking. Homophobic.
You can't be homophobic. It's Pride Month, damn it.
God damn it!
It can mean again.
What are you doing, Lochie?
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
What's it? keep going. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Oh, camera's angry.
That's okay. The camera gets angry all the time. We just learn to accept it. Sorry, what did Kimberly say before Lochie stood up to wiggle the thingy again? Morality. I suppose so.
I don't think you're any more or less honourable or moral if you sacrifice yourself. I think it is simply in some people's nature and not in others.
Yeah, I guess it's not in mine. But still, you shouldn't try and sacrifice yourself just to help all of us. That's
Well, I'm happy to help, so
yes, but still, it's worrying.
it's worrying. Like, is that what you said? It's worrying?
Yeah.
In general, or?
Yes, and also just seeing people that you care about in danger, and then you see more people that you care about put themselves in more danger to help others. It's just worrying. It's happened before. Abelard nearly threw himself off a cliff once.
Well, perhaps it is something with healers, then. We hope to save other people, so therefore we don't think to save ourselves.
That's so sad. I say this as I do. I have a character that does the exact same thing. Oh,
Yeah, depressed.
stop
It's
it.
still happening, that game.
Do you know it's actually the cable? It might not have been
It
the
could have
cable.
been, yeah, could have
Could have
been
been
like,
these.
could have been something.
I will find out.
Oh.
We're gonna mess around.
I'll try to speak louder as well.
Technical difficulties.
I'll become out of character. I'll go into my Ren voice, which is loud. You know, Kimberly, I love you so much. Do you want to hold hands again?
I'm in love if you let me hold
Please,
your
I
hand.
care about you. Stop sacrificing yourself.
I want to kill myself.
Me too, but I can't, so...
We'll see what's happening. We'll just keep on having chat.
Oh.
Please pause while we sort out technical difficulties. Thank you very much for notifying us.
Large sack.
Oh.
Sweaty sack.
Oh.
Sweaty
You
flesh
can
sack.
just keep talking like normal.
What? I can just keep saying sweaty large flesh sack?
Yes.
Balls, flesh sack.
What?
Seven spewed cum blast.
Please stop.
What is
Fuck on!
what has been everyone's favourite part of the session so far?
Talking,
Kimberly.
talking to God and
Good aspect to Ron Weasley.
talking to God and getting cool cloak out of it.
Getting a cool cloak out of it.
Oh, the sound is gone.
And needed advice.
That's working, James.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't hear anything weird.
Jamboos.
I heard all that clearly.
Yay.
I'm so sorry that you have to hear what is on Lochie's mind when you don't feel it with other things. That is just the
I'm understimulated. Required.
Did you work out why it does it? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I guess we'll have to, maybe we need to have a tinker with the audio.
That's Lochie's just default list of words.
Balls.
Okay.
Scissor.
Oh my god.
Is this all you think about?
Yeah.
It's
These
all
are-
he thinks
I
about.
don't know, I just
apparently.
think.
Balls.
Balls
No, what I'm
is-
actually thinking of is probably just arson most of the time. It's more comforting.
Oh, awesome.
It's more comforting to say balls than it is to say, I wish to burn down society and all those around me. So for now, balls.
Alright. Ready?
Yes. What happened? All I have is Lochie defaulting to balls in my head.
Hypothetically, testicles.
Maybe it's maybe
You're
it's
okay.
something about healers.
Healers.
That they wish to save others but don't think to save themselves.
Oh, well, I know Abelard is around a group of people that will prevent him as much as we can from doing that. I say as much as we can because we also can't control when he cuts a rope off and tries to fall off a cliff. We were able to help him and grab him just in time for that one, but he has, what I'm saying is he has people that will at least try with that. But I feel like if you were to go on your own and do other things as well, I don't think, do you have anyone that would do that? Or are you,
No,
you
not
just travel
really.
alone, don't you?
I usually travel alone, yes, or go wherever my mistress tells me to go. Generally, it's around other people, but usually it takes me a while of travel to get there. I haven't died yet, though, so it's perhaps a good sign.
Oh, yes, I don't think you would die. You seem to be very capable. But still, traveling alone for however long and then being in just a new place every time and then not having anyone there either. I'm rambling about things, sorry.
Yes, that's okay. Not sure what you mean. I've always, well, not always. I did used to have a home, but not really anymore.
I understand that. Neither, really.
Yes, well, when I leave you all, I will perhaps just go on the whatever travel my mistress deems to be worthy of my time.
Has she said anything else lately of where you need to go, or are you still wanting to help us?
Of course, I still want to help you all. I wouldn't be
I
here
know.
still if I didn't, but she has things lined up for me always, but this is a job she wishes for me to complete.
Is it just after? Do you know when the job is completed? Has she said anything about that, or is it just we go to
She's
the
not
temple?
necessarily talkative. She tends to send me messages in the form of visions or dreams.
Yes, gods are like that. Where they even if they're talkative, they don't seem to fully give you a clear answer on things.
Well, it's part of their divine pacts. They are not exactly allowed to direct as mortals do.
Yes. Well, do you know what else she has lined up?
Yes, I believe she wishes to send me. Well, I thought it was the Iron Set. It doesn't seem to be, though. She sent me visions of battle.
Oh. Well, hopefully, if you do end up going, you'll be alright.
Yeah, but you know, if I happen to perish, at least it will be doing as my mistress commands.
That's that sounds not healthy.
Ominous.
That sounds like a cleric problem.
Dig into it.
Ask her lot.
Do you like balls?
What?
She's gay.
Oh my god, long clip. You're killing me.
Lesbian balls.
You know what?
What?
I
Lady nuts.
Oh god.
I find it interesting that you guys talk about balls way more than literally any female who is actually straight has ever in my presence.
Have I mentioned balls very often?
No, I was not referring to
Cool.
Janice.
I'm glad.
There
I
was
am a
Bring
balls
your power.
appreciator, but
testicular torsion.
I do not like to torsion my.
Okay.
Well,
Hello, boss.
what about what you want rather than her? I know we talked about it before, but have you thought any more about it? Or
About
just doing stuff that...
autonomy.
Yes.
No, I've not had much time to do so. It has never been a factor in my life, so it seems rather irrelevant.
Yeah. Me too. Like, what if was not just to say, no, let's be let's make our decisions and do what we want. I'm gonna go to this temple because my god told me to.
You can literally ask him any question. Any question.
Are you gay?
You can ask.
Just randomly it just comes out. It's like,
So, you gay?
So do you like women?
Yes. Specifically me. Do you think I'm cool? Do you think I'm too emo or like should I like add a little bit more to it?
Can we like maybe make out or something? That's intimidation.
For science!
And we make out at the tree.
For science.
Yes, and see if our gods say anything about it.
Yes.
Hey,
My god will play music in my head, probably.
our gods used to kiss, why can't we?
don't get ripped away like Ecleos did. Woo!
It's gonna happen though. It's being foreshadowed.
Gods can,
No!
bless you. If gods can kiss, we can kiss. If gods can kiss, we can kiss.
Does that mean I'll get sudden paladin moment?
Yeah. He was just sat there just
I have a problem for society to deal with regularly.
Yes, we know.
Do you think you'll stay in contact with us maybe when
Your number, babe.
you call sending and say hi to me every day?
Waste the level 3 spell slot every time. Please!
oh, I didn't.
Noise is back.
Is
No,
it
he's
me?
back.
Yeah.
Is it me rolling this dice?
I don't know.
I'm gonna stop for a little bit.
I don't know.
I've rolled it
Noise.
252 times.
Is it because we're like too far away from the mic or something? We're not like speaking clearly enough into them?
I don't know.
Like, is it trying to pick up background noise because we're moving not too close? Because like it wouldn't shock me if we were to have like a microphone to like hear.
Is this any better? What do you
Yes, can you hear us speaking now?
Breaking news, welcome back to Central Ontario.
This is our Dungeons and Dragons ASMR channel. Today will be
Interesting comments.
The sound of me.
I'm just roll dice real quick. Just 18.
Let me know your thoughts on my ASMR.
Have
I'm
you
just
considered
gonna-
putting it in your mouth?
gonna roll for my
The
D.
training of dice commands is
So
Read through it.
sorry.
I roll shit.
I actually, yeah, I am interested to know if it's actually the distance in terms of this one.
Stream just wanted
So,
to know that
If it's actually fixed the problem, we know what the problem is, then it's way easier.
you should continue to watch our stream. If not, for me,
But I get confirmation in chat that if this is working or if the noise is in the way.
watch for Kimberly.
I watched the Kimberly.
Okay, I'm just gonna watch the stream for a bit.
Okay, that's
I
probably a
wanna-
good call. I've been trusting recently whether I'm just giving you about it or something with the stream on.
Yeah.
That sounds like an absolute
Still
nightmare.
there. Still there.
Just temporary. Okay.
Did you guys enjoy?
I didn't think that. I'm gonna go play the cable
I
again.
hope you all
Don't touch the
go
cable.
back
Leave it.
and watch
Okay.
this and appreciate that.
Sometimes the recordings I've noticed.
I hope you all appreciate the Kimberly ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Go back and listen to it. Enjoy. Much love to you, I guess.
Real.
For real.
Okay.
It's like cutting out intermittently.
Really?
The audio just stops and then starts again, and then stops and starts again.
Maybe we should. Can we reset the audio or something?
How's it plugged in?
USB.
Through a
mine's
USB.
just-
It's plugged in through a USB range extender. Extension. These extension cables are.
That's not bad.
They're
We're
giant.
gonna have to fix the audio.
They're up-
I think.
You know, there's a reason USB cables are only so long. It's because the spec only permits a certain range. If you then extend them with a passive cable, you can be moving outside of the spec, which is not meant to be operating outside of it.
You're a little bit closer. Maybe I'm just getting frustrated.
Well,
Give us a moment. Can we go to like a brief intermission once they fix it?
Yeah, do we have it? Oh, look at my head. Wait, where'd it go?
Hello, head.
Where's
Is
that?
that alright if we do like a little brief intermission?
Yeah.
Change the USB plug. Come back. Hopefully sound is
Yes.
a go.
It'll be a hot
we'll be
second,
back,
gang.
guys. Much love.
We
to
love you.
Meow.
We'll return.
Stay safe.
Bark.
What?
You're back on.
Everyone, welcome back to my ASMR channel.
Hmm?
This is what we're doing instead of, oh yeah. That's gonna be really upsetting for people that don't like ASMR. I hope you all.
What the fuck?
What's happened?
It's worse.
It's worse now?
It's like.
Fucking hell.
What the fuck?
What have you done to the audio?
I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like an instrument or something.
An instrument?
Like, cause it's.
I think this is really the only way we can test the audio at the moment, just to see what it sounds like, and if it gets any better. Because I just want to finish up this session, because we don't have that much longer to go, and hopefully next time we can fix things a little bit more. Thank you for bearing with us for the technical difficulties. I'm hoping we can fix it for next time.
That USB port is absolutely cooked.
Okay.
Is that
It's really bad. That's what's causing it.
Okay.
I think that is broken.
Yeah, okay.
Which-
Well, maybe we need to investigate the audio a little bit more. But if you can bear with us for the last little bit, I'm hoping it sounds okay.
The clicking's back.
But do you think people can
Listen to it.
I have heard it over the.
No, this is worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Not great, but all I want is to finish off the session.
Oh.
So, hopefully, it stopped.
Did you hear the brrrr?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
stopped.
Oh,
No,
okay,
it's back.
it's back.
Okay.
Well,
I think
look,
I think what Holly's
look,
got
I
to say
just
tonight-
want to finish the session.
Yeah,
Like,
fair
if you guys can
Yes.
put up with it for just a little bit longer, please. We don't have too much longer to go. I'm gonna cut off this second half of the session early. We're just gonna finish up the conversation with Kimberly now. Or I guess if you don't think you want to continue on, do you guys want to stop it off here?
It's okay.
We can.
We can
and-
finish up the conversation with Kimberly.
yeah, finish up the conversation with Kimberly, and then next time I think we'll have to see what we can do about the audio. You might catch a weird stream from us as we tinker around with the audio.
It's all spam.
So yeah, apologies for this little technical interruption. Hopefully we can jig something around.
Mm.
Oh god, the mysterious ticking noise.
What's that?
Not easily.
Snape. Cerberus Snape.
Hold off.
Okay.
It's a pipe bomb.
It's a fucking C4. Anyway, we're gonna see what we can do about this for next time. I apologize sincerely for the technical difficulties. Please bear with us. Much love to you for sticking with it with all the mysterious ticking noise. All right, we're gonna get back to the conversation with Kimberly. Where last we left off. Nadriah and Kimberly were having a conversation about yeah, you said when you go, are you going to, what did you say specifically? Something like,
do you think you'll like keep in contact
do you think you'll
with
keep in contact?
us
Yeah.
at all?
I don't. I didn't know that you all wanted me to. I kind of assumed that our agreement was for me to help you with the Temple of Ekleos, perhaps deliver you to Mendoza, and then from there we should go our separate ways.
I mean, sure, but if you want to do that, you can. But also, I know you kind of distance yourself from our group a lot, but we enjoy your company. And if you wanted to have people to speak to at all, you could keep in contact with us. But it is up to you, I guess.
Well,
Join the party.
Come join the party.
I
Be a NPC.
We're working on changing the name, if that helps.
We're not gonna be called the
I
do have the ability to cast messages to you on different planes even, so I could do that, of course. Like I said, I didn't know it was something that you all wanted.
Just me.
Just
Nadriah.
I love it.
Nadriah, you up? That's the message.
Kimberly's a proper lady.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, yeah, that. I'd like to keep contact with people. If possible. Yes! Nadria's so good at speaking.
Keep it going, keep it going. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You're doing so well. Leah! Please just kill me. Leah!
Right, well, I can definitely do that.
Yes, Dad, what up?
I will let you know where I am. If you should be in the same area, then, I'd be glad to assist you guys however I can. I'm quite experienced in healing and playing
Never
magics and things like that.
No! Just to talk. Not for you to help
You
us.
haven't said that. I assumed you just want to help.
Wait, my glasses. There's something in my glasses.
Speak to me.
You have to. I'm not going to do it too easily.
I know! It's Kimberly. Nothing's easy with Kimberly.
It could be. She's just very direct.
And Nadriah is not.
Yeah, well.
Nadriah is a vague creature. Yes, I mean, I know that you are, and stuff like that, but even just, like, speaking in general, not just, like, for your help, we wouldn't just, like, ask you to just help us all the time if you were in the same place as us. That feels rather rude, to just use someone constantly just because they have certain abilities and not actually try and speak to them as a person.
Well, that is usually my whole purpose. People need me to heal them, and so I do.
Well, not from a healing standpoint, but I understand just being needed for only the purpose of doing what people ask of you, and really nothing else. I'm still figuring that out myself, but
How do you mean? Not healing.
oh well, I going to the temple to break a chain and other things.
By the way, I'm a changeling.
Right, other things
Um,
involving your deity.
yes, at points in my life it has been involving him. I kind of grew up in an area that I do what I was told and can't really do much else, so.
Where did you grow up?
First in Canaan. Then in Rumbellion.
Oh.
Hmm.
I didn't picture you for someone from Rebellion.
Can I be eavesdropping?
Are you intentionally? Would Crugar eavesdrop on the conversation?
I feel like they're talking for a while. Crugar would be getting
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Are you being stealthy while you're doing it?
No, natural 20 for a 21.
Yeah. You managed to creep up close enough that you can hear this conversation.
Unbelievable.
You little bitch!
I'm just like going and checking shit and I'm just like,
Ooh.
finally a natural 20. Thank you,
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't really spend a lot of time with the people in the city themselves.
You spent your time on the outskirts of the city, or
Yeah, I'm also hidden away.
oh, was there a reason?
Points at like all like the Chiva attire and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not a widely accepted thing in a big city. If people recognize it, it could cause issues.
Right, okay. I'm sure there are ways to hide your worship. However, is there a reason you didn't?
As I said, I do what I'm told, and I also struggle with that, so I can't at the moment.
Right, I understand. It does make it difficult. If it helps at all, I grew up in White Pine. It's a rather long way away from here. I was daughter to a rather affluent family in White Pine.
Well, in Canaan, I was child to people that were quite rich there as well, so I understand the feeling of having those responsibilities thrown on you.
It's a different burden, for sure. Thankfully, the Cardinal Triad isn't a place where I typically have to go anymore, so a lot of the relics of my past are no longer a factor.
I hopefully don't have to go back there, but Crugar might need to head back to Tuddles, which is quite close to Canaan, so...
If you need support, I'm happy to help.
Thank you. It should be fine. I don't have any intention of going past Tuddles anyway, so...
You're not going past Tuddles,
To-
even if...
Canaan. We'll go to Tuddles for Crugar and everything like that. I just don't want to
They
go...
are quite close together, though. No.
Yeah. Hopefully everything is fine if we go there.
Dead dad, you know.
Well,
Dead dad, no big deal.
No big deal.
MBD.
hopefully we can help the dad and everything turns out fine.
NBD. That's fine. Oh, was that what NBD was?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. I learned so much tonight, chat.
Chad, is this real?
Chat.
Hey,
Wow.
Chad, is this real?
Well, maybe I don't usually speak to people unless they're like half unconscious, so traveling with you all, especially more talkative ones, is sometimes a challenge.
Oh, I'm sorry if these conversations are
No,
challenging.
I enjoy them. I'm just not very good at speaking to people, but if you want me to have a conversation with you, I will do that when I go.
Yeah, if you want to as well. I don't want you to think it's something that I'm like trying to get you to do. I want it to be like an own decision kind of thing.
Oh, so you...
No, like I do, but like also like you'd have to want to as well. Like you don't have to speak to me if you don't want to.
A bit
Just
confused.
kiss.
I'm a bit confused. So you just so I'm clear, you do want me to send you messages if I depart, or you just...
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Right.
But like, you don't have to. Because like, I know you said that you struggled with the whole thing of doing what people tell you to do.
I think Crugar will come in at this point if you're guessing it awkward and be like, alright guys, we're ready to roll out.
Kimberly's just very confused.
I'll just like walk out from a tree.
No, like, I would, yes.
Right, well,
Yes.
then I'll do it.
What are you doing?
What?
What's happening? I put
Well,
my
when
backpack in armor on.
you will no longer need my services, I will send you all messages to
Ah,
check
cool.
in
I mean,
when
you're welcome to stick
depart.
around.
Yes, that's
I mean, we're kind of low in numbers. And also, you're like really powerful, so that would be helpful.
When did you get here?
What's just over there?
How have you been?
I was over there showing A9 my cloak, and then I tried to find Abelard, and then they walked off, don't know where they are, and then I just put on my armor and checked my
Here?
stuff. Just over
You're
there.
putting on your armor.
No,
there?
over there.
Right there?
Not right there, there.
What?
My stuff was there.
We're all the way over here. How did you... Why are you here?
Like I said, I went for a walk to find Abelard.
To this direction? Abelard went that way!
I don't know where he went.
It's like you're annoying little boy. Like, get up. I'm trying to talk to my hot girlfriend.
Yeah, and then you two were talking, and I'm like, well, what's going on? Are we going or?
You heard what we were saying?
Not really.
Can I insight check, please?
Sure.
I bitch, stab you.
I think A9 is soon to adopt the stance that Crugar's always lying.
No, that's Zeph. One character.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. I'm just being
Yeah, you know that.
I'm just being like a snoopy little brother. It's just like, yeah.
Oh my god. How long were you here?
Not long.
Are you lying again?
Just like a little.
I was here the whole time.
Just
the
like
bushes.
I'm hiding.
How many things did you hear me say?
nothing that I wasn't kind of familiar with. You're from Canaan, and that you kind of grew up. New information that you grew up in Rebellion a little bit. I get why you don't want. Hey, Nadriah, it's okay. We're not gonna go there anyway. And now I kind of get it. You grew up there, so that's fair enough. You don't want to be there. It's a kind of a shithole.
You have no fucking idea.
You need to be stabbed, bitch.
Oh, you're not going to go to the capital city of the oppressing empire?
No.
If only someone could predict that.
How about scared to say?
I didn't mean Snoop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm serious, man. Sophie.
I didn't mean to Snoop. I'm sorry. I just got
The dead corpse.
a little carried away.
Stabbed.
I overheard my name and I'm like, huh?
He's
Talking about-
crying. Seen that?
Yes. Yes, I did say your name.
So I wasn't hearing things.
No.
Yes, and apparently you were hoping to go to tunnels, which I assume makes sense given the circumstances you find yourselves in.
Yeah, it's a little complicated, but I gotta get more information from my sister first.
Well, speaking of your sister and your familial circumstances, I do have the ability to send a message to your sister should you wish. You would just have to describe her for me.
I can do that. Well, like right now?
No, whenever you wish.
I'll let you two finish your conversation. I won't Snoop anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Is he lying again?
No, Krugar's right.
He's hiding.
No,
Is he just, I'm just
Krugar
gonna go
just
back
shit-
to the cab.
Krugar
Back to
just-
the bush.
No big deal, guys.
Krugar just like shimmies in the snow. It's like,
This is really words.
That's what I'm going to have to deal with when you leave. I won't be able to have any nice conversations, and I'll have that.
Kimberly's leaving!
Oh my god!
Sorry! Abelard!
Kill me now! Please, Jesus, let me die.
Nadriah! I'm like behind a tree, like poking my head out. Like, Nadriah!
What? I don't know what that means.
What that?
Kimberly at this stage has stood up and is exiting the conversation basically. After all the dicking around, she's like, I'm done now. So she's like, dusting herself off a little bit. Right, well, I'll let you get back to
Friends!
I'd much rather have a conversation with you.
I heard that!
It seems like he really wants your attention. I wouldn't want to monopolize it, so
He's had so much of it already. He doesn't.
Hey, Nadriah!
If
Nadriah!
I just keep ignoring him, I hope it's stop.
He doesn't.
Right, okay. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you as always. If you do need any help, I'm more than willing to provide it. And I'm not simply saying that because it is my duty. I do sincerely want to help you.
I'm glad. I really enjoy speaking to you. It's a fresh change from what I'm used to.
We're besties!
Right. I didn't grow up with siblings, so
Neither. And yet I still have one, apparently.
yes, he seems to have attached himself to you.
I don't know why I was quite mean to him when we first met.
I'm going through a lot of family trauma right now! I'm lonely!
You know, I've gone through so much myself. Why don't you shut up for a second and we can talk about it later? Anyway,
Crugar backs the fuck up and
you want to hear about family trauma?
bitch, I'll cut you.
Right. Well,
That wasn't it.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't it.
It still does the heart.
Magic look at start randomly yelling.
Bitch, get over here. Let me cut you.
Yeah, he does seem to have done that. You saw he was hugging me yesterday. That was one of the
yes. I don't get hugs, so I'm
Neither.
not sure.
Can I attempt to stealth up behind Kimberly?
Sure. You're all a stealth check.
Don't forget you see you're wearing your armor.
Yeah.
Lovely.
4.
She turns around.
What are you doing?
Hello.
Goes in for a hug. He hugs Kimberly.
Okay, you wrap your arms around her waist. Kimberly freezes for a second. Oh. And then she really awkwardly wraps her arms around your shoulders and then just pats your back.
You say you haven't had hugs before.
I haven't. I see a lot of people hug, though they usually do it like this.
It's nice. Well, it's different. Well, it's a bit awkward with the height difference.
Oh, should I?
No. This is fine.
She pats your head. She seems to relax a little bit. She's not as stiff as she was when you first hugged her, but she's still just very. I don't know what to do.
Yo, what the fuck? Why is this kid hugging me?
You just did. Yesterday you did the exact same thing to Nadriah. Just both of them just ugh.
That means that Kimberly has hugged you by proxy.
Sure.
Yes, we've hugged.
I wink at Nadriah. I got you. No, I don't.
Yeah, she pats your head. You know what? This is more pleasant than I expected it to be.
They say that my mom used to say that hugs are good for the soul.
Perhaps I'll have to try it more often then.
Alright, now I promise I won't bother you anymore. I'm gonna actually go find Abelard. Abelard! And I walk off.
I will be back in camp by now. I'll probably like hunched over a tree stump, like doing like charts
Most
or
likely.
something, and like
There you are!
carrying the journey.
During this time, what's A9 been doing?
I'm just tinkering with
tinkering.
my armor.
Sure.
Nothing much.
Not being a nuisance.
Not yeah. I think
That's a good select.
I don't think I even noticed that you two
Sure.
were talking.
Very mature.
Just busy tinkering.
Right, well, so I don't know what that was all about, but I suppose he requires your attention now, so I should thank you for giving it to me for the duration of our conversation. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Fucking James. It's not really that at all. Oh, she is terrible. James forgot that.
In any case, I suppose we should head off to the temple.
Yes.
There is something you should know about the temple before we go. Nothing that I knew before, otherwise I probably would have mentioned it. But like I said, I've been having visions recently, and a lot of them have been involving the temple. It appears as if there is some sort of sacrifice that has to be given.
If only Dilbert was still around.
Turtles!
This is what happened to
Know
Aiden.
what kind of sacrifice, possibly, or is it just...
I was unable to read the runic inscription very well, but I'm unsure if it implied some sort of sacrifice of life.
Shouldn't be sending you messages for longer sacrifices or something.
So yes, from my understanding, it's something involving a life sacrifice. I get the strangest sense that, well, I mean, I have been to the temple myself, though I haven't been to its depths. But even to enter the temple, a sacrifice must be given, so I assume it gets, well, the severity is far higher the lower you get.
Skip the next section.
Don't fall in love.
I'm so scared.
Don't fall in love.
Fuck.
I already
Nah, you're gonna have to stab your loved ones.
No!
Give me a kidney.
Oh.
I thought, as I was meditating, generally, that is my time to ruminate over the visions given to me by my mistress. And like I said, I couldn't read the full inscription, but a life sacrifice does sound rather daunting. I suppose it's a good thing that you have Abelard, who is able to resurrect the dead.
Bitch, I wasn't gonna kill any one of you.
Do it.
Not yet, at least.
I'll kill myself and
Maybe
then you
later.
bring me back.
No, they say good soldiers follow orders.
Oh my god, shut up.
Fuck you.
Yes, well, I'll deal with it when the time comes for that then, and hopefully it'll be
I
okay.
wouldn't be so certain that it has to be you.
Do you have an idea who?
Like I said, I have visions.
Uh-oh.
makes so much sense because Ecleos and Chivos loved each other. Maybe this would be a sacrifice for Ecleos to help Chivos!
On one hand, predictable. On the other hand, great storyline. No.
It's predictable because it's deliciously good!
Was it really? Did you see this coming from a mile
Yes.
away? I only just.
No, yeah, no, same. It just clicked for me.
The,
It makes so much sense.
second I heard the Lord thing, and the second I heard the thing about like the mirroring storylines, I'm just like, yeah, no, there's no hell it's gonna pass up on that. That is too good. That's fucking
A
gold.
sacrifice of...
It's the DM brain. You're just like, fuck me. That's like, I don't give a shit if people see it coming. That makes it better.
A sacrifice
I
Because
didn't
God's
see it
love.
coming for reference.
It's fucking
Just love.
inevitability.
It's
It's
almost as if I plan everything.
so good. How they planned it. They got to the minute from the start.
Time to add one more tick to the times Kimberly has died tally.
Maybe forever this time.
Oh,
Forever, who
and
knows?
then and the sacrifice happens. Then
Who knows? She
you
might.
desperately beg. I'm like, cut through and fight. Can't be brought back. They're trapped somewhere else, and their soul can't be retrieved. And then you get a whole book out of that about recovering a soul.
So Kimberly says to you, I have visions.
Elf, crest.
Yes. And what do you see in there?
All sorts of things. I've seen many levels of
Yes,
the temple.
But anything specific to the sacrifice that you mentioned?
Yes, but I am rather superstitious about fate and death. It comes with the territory of being as I am.
What does that mean? As you are?
Yes, you know, pledged to Ecleos and to Rothor. They go hand in hand.
And you won't tell me what you see because you're superstitious on these?
Well, I was,
And she seems to think for a second.
you know, I'm actually not sure when, but I remember a conversation that I had with Death. I don't know when, but she said to me that part of my condition was that I cannot reveal the true nature of my visions. I can only hint at them after I have experienced them myself. Something to do with the tapestry.
Huh.
So, what I have seen, I cannot tell you more than my impression of them. To reveal too much would be to tear a hole in the tapestry, and well, gods don't really look favourably upon that.
Yes. Well, hopefully it'll be fine. I mean, we have Abelard and you as healing to bring people back if need be.
Maybe.
Oh, you're making them cry.
I'm not gonna cry now. I'm gonna cry in my car. I'm gonna cry in my car when I get home.
So good.
The
The perfect plot line.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna die. It's gonna be good.
In any case,
So good.
I, like I said, will do as much as I can to help you however I can. And the temple, should it come to it, then sacrifice is not something that I shall shy away from. And I'm sure your friend wouldn't either.
I know, but still, I don't want anyone sacrificing themselves.
Well, we shall see what the nature of the temple is.
Okay.
worry yourself about it now. I know it seems rather bleak, but things work out for a reason.
Nothing's really worked out yet, so I'm not that
Perhaps this
confident.
shall be the time that it will.
Kimberly, if you die, it won't. What do you mean?
Quimbley, no. Quimbley, don't die. Quimbley, I love you.
Can we just pull an Abraham, classic Bible reference? Swap out Kimberly for a lamb, and
They'll never know the difference.
Nope.
Hey there, God, you want some beef?
swap out Kimberly for Lawrence, and
Swap out Kimberly for a 500-gram pack of beef mince.
same thing.
Eh?
Well, I think the only way that it will work out to where I'm happy is if nobody sacrifices themselves. So I guess it won't work out then if that's what we must do.
Well, like I said, I don't know the true nature of the inscription that I saw.
Do you know what language it was in?
It was in one that seemed rather old.
Okay. Hopefully we'll be able to find out the true nature.
I think so. You know, it really doesn't do to dwell on things that you can't control. We don't have all of the information yet, so I just thought, even though I can't give you the full nature of the vision that I saw, it might be helpful to prepare you for the inevitability that perhaps Abelard will need to step in.
Well, thank you for that. I'll try not to worry, but that's hard to do at the moment with everything that's going on and everything that has happened and everything that will happen.
Yes, I imagine so.
But I appreciate you trying to help and give us some sort of guidance on what might be happening when we reach there.
Of course, well, kind of helps that I've been there before. Anyway, I suppose we should probably depart with the others for the temple now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for speaking to me again.
Of course, thank you.
I will. Crugar's still yelling at me. You've done? Okay.
I walked off before all that happened.
Okay.
I didn't even know that.
Right, well, off we go to face the temple and the live sacrifice.
Lovely.
Sacrifice,
So much
yay.
fun.
She begins to walk up.
If we're all walking in the same direction anyway, I'll walk to the group and then get the group and then we'll start walking up, I believe.
Sure. With that, you guys head off to begin to head off to the temple.
I cover up campsite.
Yes, of course.
And I will help.
No worries. I'll say while this conversation's
Busy
happening,
being
you
gay.
guys
Yes.
are able to cover up and clean up the campsite, get yourself prepared and ready to go. And I think that's a pretty good place for us to end our session.
Sacrifice!
Yay!
Sacrifice.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Did you guys have fun?
Fun! Your girlfriend's going to kill themselves.
My girlfriend yet.
You'll never get a chance.
I hope you guys enjoyed. It sounds like everybody had so much fun at the table. I had fun. And I hope you guys had fun watching as well.
A little bit sadistic.
All of my planning for months, for years, it's all coming to fruition. I hope you guys stick with us for next session. Hopefully we can sort out the audio a little bit more. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to the temple. Then we get, guys, little spoiler, but we get some puzzles.
Puzzles! Uh-oh.
I'm
Big
a huge
brains.
fan of
No
puzzles.
fuck.
I'm a huge fan of puzzles. puzzles.
James.
Uncle?
James.
Uncle. Yeah.
Is
huge
it gonna
fan of
involve
puzzles.
portals?
I'm very excited.
James, please.
We've got lots of interesting puzzles next time as we step our way through the Temple of Equios. Perhaps an encounter or two. We'll see how it goes. If that sounds like fun for you, you want to see what all of this life sacrifice is all about, tune in next time as we head to the Temple of Equios finally. It's been a long time coming. We've lost a couple of members of the group to this point.
We need to change the group name. We're too small now. We can't
Yeah.
really. The names, like half the name is like just cut off.
Next time, the group are gonna think of a name. We're gonna have a name for next time. We're gonna hopefully sort out the audio. Thank you guys for sticking with it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like to catch up on last week's episode to see what you might have missed from the beginning of this arc that we find ourselves in now, please go and check out the link down below to our YouTube channel. We've got all of our archive videos over there on YouTube. You can go watch them. You can also go and watch Lochie's campaign, Carthora campaign, which we just finished up the arc of, and Connor's campaign, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is a D&D module, so you can go and check that out as well.
Tune in on Wednesday, peeps.
Yeah, we do that every second Wednesday, and it's this Wednesday coming up.
Yep.
Tomorrow we have some Moncalf again, and if you saw last week's Moncalf, no you didn't. I fucked up. I fucked up the audio because I forgot I had it set to my proc chat settings, so you couldn't hear me. You could hear everybody else though, and that was important. We're not gonna happen this time. I'm very tired. Anyway, much love to you guys. The voice crack's coming in. Hello. Much love to you. We will see you guys tomorrow for Moncalf, or next week again for the Temple of Equios, and on Wednesday for Connor's Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Goodbye for now.